What's the most romantic thing that you've done for Suzanne, Karl, that you can think of?
I don't really do all that.
Sure. Valentine's Day stuff.
It's just... The problem is, if you do it once, they expect it every year.
Yeah. Sure.
That's the problem with Christmas and stuff, innit? It's like, it's become... That's what you do now, every year.
Every day, yeah.
So I prefer to just sort of wait, you know what I mean? And you know, if I think of an idea or I know of something that she wants, I might get her something, but I might not do it on Valentine's Day. It's that thing. It's like how I've said about Pancake Tuesday. Make it Pancake Wednesday. Have it when you want. Why am I waiting? Why am I waiting for someone to tell me when I can have a pancake? I'll have it today if I want one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas Pancake Tuesday, no, I won't bother. I'll have trifle. So it's the same with this, you know, with Suzanne. Luckily, right? I mean, Valentine's Day and what have you. She was ill.
Luckily.
So we didn't have to go out. So I'd say, is he asking for advice?
Well, I suppose, yeah, certainly you may as well give it.
Treat them when they deserve it.
All right.
I remember once when Suzanne was ill, she had a fever, but there was no food in the house. What did you suggest to her? She was too ill.
Well, it was when we were still living in Manchester and that, and you know, we needed to get some food in for tea and stuff. And I said, come to the supermarket. She was like, no, I'm ill, you go. And I hate buying food. I just sort of get a bit blank when I'm looking at it. There's too much, isn't there? That's the problem. You go down all these aisles and there's just too much. So anyway, I said, no, come with me. She was like, oh, but I've got this fever, I'm hot and everything. So I said, well, come to the supermarket, you go on the frozen aisle, cool yourself down. And she did, and she said, you know, it made it worse. She was ill for another 3 days, but...
How would you go about chatting up a woman in a bar? What tips could you give?
I've never worked like that. It's always been like a friend of a friend and all that, and just happened to meet them. And then, you know, you have a chat, and then...
How did you meet Suzanne?
That was when I was working with her, and she gave me 20p for the hot chocolate machine. She never asked for it back. Thought she's alright. Been there sort of 11 years, so it works.
Has she ever given you that? You've never given that 20p
never
back?
asked for it back.
Did you return the favour, perhaps on the next date? You buy her a Kit Kat or something?
No, I don't think I did. I think word got out that she liked me and that. And what did I do? I think I did some work for her, did some editing for her, to sort of show off my skills and that.
Sure.
And she was like, oh, you're good at this, aren't you? I was like, yeah. And I think she got us another drink because I was doing that editing for her in my own time.
So you're up on the deal, aren't you? Because I know now, I know for a fact you've not spent any money on her in 11 years, so you're 40p up. So the only thing you could do was immediately drop your boxer shorts.
So she looked across, saw you fully clothed, saw you took your boxer
No,
shorts.
she wouldn't have done, because it's sort of just the top half and the sink's at a side angle, so I was sort of looking out.
So
This is genius.
So she wouldn't have seen your trousers then anyway?
No, she did. I moved in front of the window.
So you then made them... you actually climbed in front of the window.
Oh, this is amazing!
So you climbed in front of the window to show off
it wasn't
your
that
naked
obvious.
lower half.
Suzanne said, what are you doing? And
I bet she did.
What are you looking at?
I sent you in here to clean
What
up.
are you doing? I'm just taking my trousers down, stand over the window. Why? Because there's a naked woman across the road. What do you think I'm doing, Suzanne? I'm exposing myself while looking at some free funny.
Leave it.
What's up with you, Suzanne?
Leave it then, leave it.
Christ.
Are we doing Rockbusters or what?
Yeah.
Oh, she sent you in there to read up on Einstein. She comes in and finds that.
Oh, brilliant!
Anyway,
Wait a minute, can I just check? A final question. What did the woman across the way... What happened? What was her
I
reaction?
didn't look again. I just thought you've seen a bit of action as well. We're both happy. Let's leave it.
Brilliant.
So were you waddling around like a penguin with your trousers around your ankle?
I just was walking about, and Suzanne said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'll explain to you in a bit, but don't look out the window because then it's
Excellent.
obvious."
Then he sees she calls her husband to look at Karl walking around naked. He goes, "Oh, she's got a quick, Suzanne, get him out. There's only one with him. Get some more friends. They've gone one more.
Anyway,
Brilliant. Right, play a record.
do you know last time we were on,
Yeah.
right? And I was telling you about the woman over the road where I
What?
live.
The one that walked around naked.
There's a woman who walks about the flat naked,
This
right?
is when Karl was watching a woman naked. Then she looked at, saw him looking. So what he did, this is the genius he did to get out of this. He pulled his pants down, so he was naked too. His girlfriend comes in and goes, "Karl, what are you doing?" He went, I can't tell you now, but don't look out of the window. Yeah, go on,
Well,
sorry.
that woman, she's bought some blinds. Right. In Turkey,
Nice.
it's not, actually. That's where I went, and there was them little fellas after Suzanne in the kitchen.
What? What do you mean?
We went to Turkey.
You went to
And,
Turkey and there were some little fellas.
Well, they had quite a few sort of midgets working in the kitchen.
Why? Is it a theme?
No,
Was it a
it's
theme
just-
holiday?
I don't know. Might get them cheaper or something.
Was it?
So they
You
were
get them
working.
cheaper?
They were working in the kitchen, and one of them fancied Suzanne and kept sort of eyeing her up, and she was winding me up saying, "Oh,
Not eyeing up and down, just eyeing her up.
Yeah.
fancy me." Anyway, no. So
What
anyway,
was she doing in the kitchen?
no, it's like a pick what you want to eat type buffet, but you have people clearing their tables and that ready for you to come along.
Are they low tables?
And you know, he was just keeping an eye on her.
What did he say though? Was he?
How did he
What
make
was
this
it? Was
clear?
he?
It was Turkish, so I don't know what he was saying.
But he was. Was it? He was.
Little fella, yeah,
Did he talk
What do you
to her?
mean a little fella? What do you mean little fella?
sort of dwarf-like.
What do you mean dwarf like? He had magic powers or he was 4 foot?
No,
What do you
just
mean,
A
Carl?
little bloke, just like a normal bloke, but small. If you stood him in the desert, you wouldn't know.
But he'd be hot and
nothing around
thirsty. Right, Carl.
You should watch out for the monkeys.
Yeah, underground.
Those underground monkeys are
Look,
dangerous.
you can't just say there was a little midget fella who was eyeing up my girlfriend and then leave it. What do you mean? What was happening? This is a story to us. This is much more interesting to us than, and she was deaf, right, and she hit her head. That's much more
I don't
interesting.
understand how how it manifested itself. Did he come over and say something?
No, do you know when it's like girls know, don't they? When someone fancies them.
What do you mean there was lots of them as well?
Do they? That's worth knowing.
Listen, right, come on, right, so you went to this holiday, yeah?
Yeah, wasn't
And you
that
went
good.
into the dining room or something?
Yeah, downstairs.
And
in
you
the
looked
dining
over-
You thought, this is all, there's no one serving.
Yeah, and they go,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
hold on, you looked down and there was a little waiter.
room. There was loads of them running around busy.
Why, though? Why did
Because
they
it
get
was
those-
summer.
What do you mean?
Because it was in
loads of them.
summer.
They had more of them
They
on.
come out in summer. They come out in summer.
What do you mean they had more, what do you
Because
mean?
it's busy, isn't it?
Well, no, but they
But
hibernate in the
why
winter.
were they all midgets?
I don't know, maybe it doesn't heat stunt your growth or something.
No!
Well, they just happened to, maybe it was a thing that they did for tourists or something, I don't know. I just got on with my meal, it was a holiday, do you know what I mean?
God!
Right,
So some midget serving. I'm not going to ask any questions.
Right, okay, yeah.
So they're all little fellas running around, and this one always was like, you know, oh, do you want a new serviette? You know what I mean? Going out of his way to sort of...
for turning on the
yeah,
charm.
Yeah, he was going
Oh.
out of his way, the others weren't.
Right. I think what was happening is he'd been working with Santa all till winter.
Yeah.
This is
Or-
sort of little summer break.
This one
He
was
hadn't
your
seen a girl.
waiter, and so he was being polite to you.
Maybe.
But what did Suzanne say then? When
Well, she was using it to wind me up.
What was she saying? Oh, he's...
Oh, just like, you know, look,
He may be small, but he's
well,
built like a...
Yeah, he's all man.
so,
Were you jealous of a midget then? You were jealous of him?
it is a bit annoying, isn't it?
Why?
It wouldn't bother me as much now, because I've been with her for ages.
Right.
But at the time, that might have been one of our first holidays, and it's like,
You don't
know,
want everything
what's going
stolen
on? I
away
paid
by-
for this holiday.
Yeah.
And then you get off with a midget?
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway,
But it doesn't matter because you got chatted up by a bearded lady. So.
yeah.
tell you what, no, that's got nothing to do with that.
What were you going to say?
Carl.
What were you going to
I
say?
was going to say the hotel was half board, and maybe.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say it's just one of her shortcomings.
So listen, right?
Play a record, Carl. That's kind of how he got on over Christmas.
Oh.
Because the last time I spoke to him, you hadn't bought a present for your girlfriend. I have to say, I was on tenterhooks all Christmas.
Well, you changed it. After that show, I felt bad, even though I shouldn't have done, because.
Because you hadn't bought your girlfriend a
Yeah,
Christmas
but I
present.
said to you, I booked a table at a hotel in Covent Garden, had Christmas dinner there, which was nice, right? It's good food and everything.
It doesn't feel like enough to me.
Well, then I went out and treated some stuff, and then
No. A couple of days before Christmas, he went, I took Suzanne to that hotel we're going to go to for Christmas dinner. We had tea and cakes. And I went, oh, you treated her? He went, no, she paid for it, but I was just showing her what it was going to be like. That was her extra treat. She paid for it. I love that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it was a dear. It was like 150 quid for a meal for two, which is pretty dear. So I'm not going to buy her cakes as well.
I love that! Alright, love, have anything you want. You pay for your own pudding, I'm not mental.
Yeah.
So
you,
yeah.
so you treated her to some other
Yeah,
stuff.
some
didn't
bits and bobs.
you? What?
And
So
then yesterday,
she chose them and you paid for them.
what, the presents?
Yeah.
No,
Or
no.
you chose them and she paid for them, but, you know, it's the thought that counts.
I got them on the way home that Saturday.
Well done.
And what
Pass
did you
some
buy?
shops. Well, just some bits.
Might be personal, Steve.
Well, I don't care.
Just some bits.
Yeah,
Just
but
bits and pieces.
leave out the personal bits. What bits?
Just little things. And then yesterday, right?
A monkey wrench and a new washer for the shower.
Yeah.
Some
Recordable CDs that you need for your job.
Oh,
So,
dear.
now, when you gave those presents to her, did her face light up?
Right. I don't want to tell you what they were, right? But she wasn't that impressed.
You're going to tell us what they
Got
were now,
to tell
Carl.
us what they are.
You even know what they are. She told you on Christmas Day.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But
Alright.
it doesn't matter what they are.
It does matter what
No,
they are.
it doesn't. It
It
doesn't
does,
matter.
Carl. It's you, mate. Of
No,
course
it
it
doesn't
does.
matter.
Oh, God!
Have you just remembered?
Yeah!
Right, but don't. There's no need.
I've got to tell him, Carl. I really want your permission because I don't want to be I know it's not, but we know it's not that embarrassing. It's really quite sweet.
Yeah, but in a way, right? The way I look at it is, right? Christmas, even when I was a little kid, right? It's not.
Please let me tell him, Carl.
Well, let me just tell you first, though.
Oh.
Let me tell you why I didn't go all out on the old present front.
All right. Justify yourself.
Right? First of all, I've covered it up since then anyway, right, with that present, because I bought her some shoes yesterday, and she did say, I'll give you the money for them, but when I get home I said, it's alright. I said, you can have them, right? So not only did I buy her some food on Christmas Day, I got her shoes. She's probably had a
And
total...
they treat you like a horse.
Yeah.
It's not like, yeah, there you go, there's your shoes, there's your food, right, bed
Yeah.
down, see you later.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
I
she's
have
done...
fed and clothed
Yeah,
her.
did you comb her hair?
She's done well this year, right? So, the thing
She's
is...
done well this year. It's like you're a single parent living on a council estate with a smack problem, and you still managed to buy them some
Right.
Lego.
When
Can
I
I-
was a kid, right, it wasn't about what you got. I remember one year when I was about 8, right?
Oh, this is going to make me cry, isn't it, this?
No, it's not. I'm just
Go on.
saying the way it is, right? I woke up at about 4 in the morning, and I was like, oh, what forgot? And I couldn't sleep. I was that on edge. It's the excitement of Christmas, isn't it? It's like, oh, what's wrapped up? I need to know.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that people are saying, no, you won't know until tomorrow.
Yes.
That annoys you and winds you up.
Okay.
So I got up at 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
opened my presents, and then went, right, I know now, went back to bed, had a great sleep.
Yes.
Right? So it's nothing to do with the excitement of what you get, it's the excitement of not knowing what you've got.
And then what happened when you got up to go down with the
So what
presents?
you're, but hang on. So what you're saying to me is that you could wrap up a brick because the thrill of Christmas is in hoping and being excited about what it is, not the actual gift itself.
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
That's-
Rick, did you get a brick?
No, let me tell him now what he got. He got her a present, right? And she said, she came and I said, yeah, he got me. It was an industrial-sized packet of condoms.
It was a joke gift.
No,
No, it wasn't a joke. gift.
It wasn't even a joke.
I went home that Saturday after the year, passed boots, thought, might have something in here. They were on, like, some value.
Right, you passed the
Were they
makeup.
used?
Right, but
Passed the
anyway,
makeup. You passed all the other.
Past the
Feminine
makeup,
stuff.
past the lovely vanity cases,
Yeah.
the foot spas,
Exactly,
yeah,
the bathroom
Oh,
products.
hold on. How much are these, love? For 100?
Yeah.
$4.99. Yeah.
Do I get them reduced if I buy in bulk?
So how many did you buy? What was it?
I don't know, probably about 100.
Right. Okay.
And is she allowed to use those with anyone?
Did you wrap them?
Can she
Yeah,
just go out
yeah,
and have a
yeah,
wild
yeah.
time
Well, you don't
with
need to wrap. They're already wrapped, aren't they? Oh. And then what did she say
So,
when she opened them?
I'm
No,
just-
wait. Carl, what did she look at his
them? Right,
face?
play a record and we'll come back to this. So, Carl, just take us through the moment where you gave this gift. Firstly,
so you
were
went
excited?
into Boots, right? You thought, alright, 100 condoms. Brilliant. Okay. Did you wrap it
I
up?
don't know if it was 100, probably 80.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Right?
You don't
So,
want to go mad, do you?
Wrap them up.
I'm just resting easy knowing that he's not trying to breed.
Right? No.
Yeah.
So, I got her them. I got her Grease on DVD, because she's
Okay.
always watching that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So just think of when her mum said, what did Carl get you? Some condoms and grease.
I was going to say, I'm glad he said on DVD.
And, she was surprised anyway, right? Because
Yeah, I bet she was.
no, when she got
she was thinking like jewellery.
no,
So
right?
that showed her. That surprised you, hasn't it? Alright?
So hang on, wait a
You
minute.
thought it was a holiday, didn't you? Yeah, look at your face.
You don't know me at all. So hang on. So did you give these on Christmas Day?
Right, what happened is, she got in from work that Saturday, right? And I said, look under the tree.
Knackered. Oh,
Right?
at least it's Christmas. Yeah. At least I'm going to get a little bit. Yeah, go on.
I said, look, you got some stuff under the tree, right? So,
Did you give her a sugar lump?
Right, she was really chuffed with that. But she said she was a bit puzzled because I didn't know we had any wrapping paper, right? So I ended up using wallpaper.
You didn't take it off the wall, though. You had some.
No, it was some left over, right? So she said, why have you used wallpaper? I said, well, I didn't have any paper and you were getting in a bit and I wanted you to have a surprise. So she said, can I have a feel of them? I said,
The
no.
presents.
She thought, right, I've got the right thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Christmas Day, I said, no, don't get carried away. It's nothing really good. You know, we said we weren't going to buy each other much. So there you go, open them.
Yeah. Go on.
And
Can I just ask, had you received your present from her yet?
yeah.
So what had you received?
What did they have? Had some shoes,
Nice.
right? Getaway game for PlayStation.
Nice.
which
Just
is
I'm
alright.
just totting up
Just
the
part
value
of the
of
value
this.
of those,
Go
yeah.
on, yeah.
And just also think about how much fun and pleasure you get from them.
Yeah.
Although,
yeah.
of course, condoms, I can see the
Well,
do
you
see
know.
the appeal.
Well, right. Okay. Yeah, so
yeah,
I think
but
I can.
also add to that bit 150 quid for a meal. If you're going to start
Minus.
totting up, 150 quid for a meal. I bought some shoes, 72 quid.
Yeah, that was after the event, though.
Doesn't matter.
All right, so you'd received these, dare I say it, thoughtful and nice gifts. You handed over the box of condoms. They were wrapped up. She
Well,
unwrapped them.
yeah.
Go on, take us through it. Walk us through it.
Well, it's not something you play with on Christmas morning.
Oh God. Oh.
But,
Right.
But when she opened
What
them,
did she
what
say?
her
What did
face
she say?
Well, I wrapped them twice as well, so she thought it was something really good. It was
Extra
like,
protection.
do? Right.
And,
So she thought it was something really good.
and then
So the disappointment would be doubled.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
then she just opened it and went, "Oh yeah, so what's on the telly?" And that
Cool,
was that.
ungrateful.
That was
What an ungrateful woman that is.
that. Well, she got
Not,
stuff.
fancy not wanting
I told her.
a
I told
box of
her-
economy condoms from Boots.
I said to her about the thing about, you know, it's all about the surprise and that, innit?
Yeah.
You explained that to her.
Yeah,
What, after she'd unwrapped it?
yeah.
Thoughtful.
And she was all right about it.
Yeah. She understood.
Rick, you know I suggested to him that he buy his girlfriend a gift. I'm worried I've done more damage to the relationship by suggesting that than if he had just forgotten.
Next time you've got to go shopping for her yourself, Steve.
I think I might do.
You've better go shopping for her yourself.
I'm glad it's all over though. It's mental.
Yeah.
It annoys me. The whole thing annoys me, and she knows that as well.
Yeah.
She should know. What? She still insists on having Christmas once a year.
Well,
Wow. You know.
no, but well, anyway, what did you get?
I can't think what you bring to the relationship, Carl. I don't know what it is she's getting from you in this relationship. It's like she's
I
doing
think
all
we
the
know.
work. Well, yeah.
80 times. Oh God, Carl! I love it. You're brilliant. I know what she's getting. He's the.
What though? He's not thoughtful.
No, but he's thoughtful. It's the best he can do with the brain he's got. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's doing his best. He's absolutely doing his best. There's no.
He's working at the limits of his powers.
Do you know what I mean? Though he's done as well as he can with what he was given.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
and that's admirable.
Yeah.
It's like I think he's done better than you'd expect. I bet his teachers didn't even think he'd get this far. Do you know what I mean?
What? Find a girl.
No, well, yeah, a job, a girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Suzanne has sent you an email in the week. It was Wednesday, and you've returned it, but I think you've returned it to the wrong email address. You returned it to someone here who, of course, immediately forwarded it to my agent for ridicule on the show. Don't panic, it's nothing that bad. Okay, it's an email from Suzanne talking about your tea that night. Was Suzanne out on Wednesday night?
Was the an England game or something?
Yeah. So you were alone. You were home alone, were you, Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your meal? Was it a quiche?
Go on.
Right. From Suzanne to Carl. Take the quiche and put it on the baking tray. Cook for 30 minutes on 190. Take lettuce and put on plate. Take 3 tomatoes, wash and chop into quarters. Place on lettuce. Take an avocado, chop in half. Remove the stone. Peel skin and slice. Place on salad. Put salt and pepper on and a dribble of olive and balsamic vinegar dressing. Right? In brackets, small bottle behind the cafetiere.
Right, in case he's reaching for bleach.
Yeah.
That's it. You have to put everything else away. Right. Then sprinkle a smidge of parmesan on top. Remove quiche from oven, cut into quarters, and put on plate. Eat.
Oh, wow. Does she have to do that every single time? She's like...
No, it's just that I'm not that good at cooking, right? And to be honest, that was a lot of hard work. I didn't bother warming it up. And I did without the avocado.
Why? Why?
Too much messing about.
He didn't even do that with instructions. It was too much.
But yeah, I'm not that good at cooking. And
Did you that's not cooking though, is it, Carl? That's
heating up a
slicing.
quiche. That's cooking it is making the quiche.
Yeah, but I'm just.
Could you have figured that out if she hadn't left that note for you?
Why did she have to tell you what the olive oil and balsamic vinegar was?
Because I've put sort of cooking oil on my food once, and I said, oh, it's a bit. It's ever since, right? Years ago.
I'm gonna die.
Years ago.
Oh God, they're leaving Mr. Magoo at home.
It was ever since I put sausages in the toaster. That.
What do you mean?
I nearly set the flat on fire. Because do you know, like when you're grilling food in a pan and all that?
Yeah.
Sort of sausages spit and it goes everywhere, doesn't it? And it makes everywhere greasy. So I thought, well, just want to warm them up.
Yeah.
Bung them in the toaster.
Yeah.
What
And
happened?
she sort of caught.
They got stuck and they sort of caught on fire. I imagine.
She came in just as I was sort of plunging it, and might have came in from work. She said, "What are you doing? I said, "No, I'm in sausages." Well, the oven isn't on. I know they're in here. What? You turn it off? Panicking and that. But I've never been into it. I've never been into cooking and that. At school and stuff, I didn't bother doing it.
Oh, every time Suzanne comes home, she must think, please be the house still there.
Yeah.
Please not let me hear a fire engine as I come round this corner. Oh God, she comes and goes, oh God, thank God. I bet she's always happy to see you when she gets home and you haven't burned the place down or introduced some howler monkeys or something. You weren't speaking to Suzanne last week at this time because you said she had a haircut, probably quite an expensive haircut. She's a lady in media. She's got to look good. She probably doesn't go to the barber like you or just shave it at home. Probably spent quite a little bit of money on it. She came home. She thought, well, my sweetheart, my lover, my sweetheart, you know what I mean? The man in my life is gonna love this.
Well, he adores everything about me. He's gonna love my hair.
She walked in. Hello, Carl. All right. You look like Dave Hill from Slade. Is what you said to the poor woman. And then talked about it on air. She was furious about that. So what did you do?
Carl?
She did listen, yeah. She wasn't happy.
Did you hear you slagging her hair off?
Yeah. What
So this is probably annoying her now.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. We can do a lot today because she's at work. So,
and of course, no one's going to tell her.
Let's have a chat about a fat arse, shall we? Hold on.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You are in so much trouble. That's. Look, he's realised he is a little bit worried. Oh, didn't you go and buy her a coat or something?
Took her out on Sunday and treated her to a new coat and that.
Yeah.
But I offered, I said as well, I said I'd pay to have it done again.
Oh no, Carl, you have. Oh God.
Suzanne watched the film You've Got Mail tonight for about the 14th time. I don't think you could properly fancy someone without seeing them, unless you're blind. I think it's odd when blind people have affairs. Why is that odd?
Just because most stuff is based on looks, isn't it? So you think once they've found someone, they're happy with them, stick with them.
But no, it's not true. Most things are based on looks.
What I mean is when you first like meet someone and that.
Well, initially it's only looks because you don't know them.
So that's what I'm saying.
But that's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just what I think. I'm not saying that's like facts or anything. I'm just thinking if you're blind, why mess about?
You're still basing on it if it's only looks that people find. What?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So why is a blind person messing about having an affair?
Because I'm saying that presumably that blind person isn't basing anything on looks.
I just all right. I mean, maybe that's not. I mean more like.
Do you want me to cross it out? Shall I cross it out? Because
it's just the same way. I think I put how people. I read something in a Sunday paper once with some bloke who was going out with some woman. He ended up going out with a sister who was a twin. If you're gonna have a change, have a change.
Why are you so all shaved and polished and everything?
Got a wedding.
What?
Got to go to a wedding today, so thought I'd, clean myself up a bit.
Yeah. Shouldn't you be wearing a suit or something?
No, I'll go home and put something on.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, Suzanne, said, make an effort. Sort of had a shave and that, and then I came out of the bathroom, she said, oh, your head looks a bit sort of eggish.
She's right.
She always worries about when I have a shave, because I just,
That's your girlfriend, Carl.
I know.
Saying that. Just think, so don't worry about Heat saying it.
Looking forward to the wedding?
A bit boring, innit, but you've got to do it.
They're probably listening. Should we do a shot?
No, it'll be a great day for them, but I know what will happen. Suzanne will see, all the fuss and that, and then she'll get ideas, and I'll have to let her down and all that.
Why is it you don't want to get married again? I always forget.
It's just... who's it for at the end of the day? I've been with Suzanne for 11 years, right?
Sure.
We're happy. Well, I am.
That's what counts.
You're never happy.
I am. I'm alright.
Yeah, no, you're happy with Suzanne and everything, but apart from that, you're never happy. You are the most grumpy, moany thing in the world.
Went and did some shopping for stuff as it was my turn. Suzanne moaned a bit because I forgot orange juice and bought some cheap toilet paper. She always buys the expensive toilet paper. I don't know why they make toilet paper with pretty patterns on it.
That made it into the diary.
Up and out at 9 o'clock to go to the Cotswolds. Now, I think this was a gift for your girlfriend, wasn't it, for her birthday?
Yeah, it was a
You went to the
birthday and
Cotswolds,
that, so I just went for one night.
Got the car and headed off. We stopped at a service station to get some breakfast. We had fried toast with an egg on it, 1 sausage and beans, twice. Cost us £13.85. They sell everything separate, so it seems cheap. At that price, we must have been charged for each bean. We found the B&B, but they wouldn't let us in the room because we were early. We went for a walk. There was not much around the B&B, so we had a quick walk around the car park. And went back in. Happy birthday. The room was now ready. It's an alright room. 3 biscuits, so I ate them straight away. Like a child.
Like a dog! He runs in, jumps on the bed. No.
Get off the bed, not on the furniture. The room overlooked the car park that we'd already been round. You're staring at that window. Remember when we went there?
We'll always have the car park.
Yeah. Oh, God. The room had posh coat hangers in the wardrobe with sponge on them.
So I ate the sponge.
Don't think they are needed. We went and booked a table for Sunday dinner and went on another walk. There was a field that was there just for birds to live on. We couldn't see any, so we went to the pub. Headed back to where we were staying for our dinner. I had beef. It was nice enough, but there was a family of 13 behind us. I don't see the point in going out in large numbers. They annoyed me. One of the family asked for sorbet before his next course. He was only about 11. He thought he was it. I said to Suzanne, I've had enough and needed a kip. Watched Planet Earth on BBC One. They filmed a panda for 4 weeks and all it did was sit in its cave. It did nout. If I was Fiat, I wouldn't name one of my cars after them as it suggests it won't work or go very far. It'd be like bringing out a Ford Sloth. No one would buy it.
A Ford Sloth. I would love that ad campaign. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, God.
The new Vauxhall Slug.
We had a look around the local village. There wasn't much to it. We did the usual thing and had a look around the church graveyard to see how old the dead people are.
Suzanne's had a hell of a time so far. She's gone to the Cotswolds, the room wasn't ready, she's seen the car park, an empty field, and now let's go and play how old the dead people are.
I like the fact that you mentioned we did the usual thing of having a look around the church graveyard. Do you make her do that every
That's
time
what
you
you
go
do,
away?
innit? 'Cause
I like the fact, I want to know what she did for 2 hours when you slept. Did she just like...
She went to a club, had a whale of a time.
No, she just looked out at the car park, just like, memories.
But that's what you do, though, isn't it? When you go to these places, there's nothing else unless you want fudge, or you walk round a church graveyard and have a look. There's nothing.
We went home. It took 3 hours to drive back. People say they go to the country to see the wildlife. I saw rabbits, pheasants, and a fox on the way home. They were all dead in the road.
Where'd you go on holiday?
Sardinia.
Good?
Yeah, it's alright, yeah. Nice food and that, it's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
And nice beaches and what have you.
Excellent.
Always like a nice long beach to walk down.
Yeah.
But, so we're having a nice walk, right? You know, nudists do me head in.
Sure.
Right.
Not a problem though, is it? It's not like being scared of spiders where they might jump out under the kitchen sink at you. You know what I mean? It's not a big problem having your head done in by nudists.
Yeah, but it just annoys me. It sort of ruins the day a little bit. Because it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Right. Take your clothes off if you feel uncomfortable. It's much more relaxing.
Yeah, but, well anyway, right, so I'm walking along the beach, right? Lovely long beach, and what have you, you know, watching the sea, picking up shells and that.
And what are you wearing? What's your natural beach club?
When he says picking up shells, I imagine he's on all fours going, yeah, like that, you know what I mean, looking at things. Just like washing his nuts in the sea to get them tasty.
Yeah, going into the sea and then kind of shaking himself and all the water flies off.
Yeah.
I've just got, you know, flip-flops on, pair of shorts, and like a little light shirt.
Sure.
So anyway, walking along, and, Suzanne goes, oh look, right, and there's this woman, German I think, coming out of the...
How can you tell she was German? Underarm hair?
I'll get to it. Forget the underarm hair. She came out, it looked like she was smuggling seaweed.
I'm going to burst! Oh God!
And the funny thing is, right, she,
smuggling seaweed! Oh God! She was a bit hairy down there, was she?
Mental. I felt bad because I hadn't had a shave for 2 days, right? Looked at her, it was ridiculous. She might as well have kept her trunks on. It was just like she was wearing furry trunks, right? So anyway, so I'm walking along. So,
yeah, go on then.
So Suzanne's like, oh look, and I'm like, oh, not again, you know, because every time we go away, there always seems to be one of these.
Is she by herself, this woman?
Well, the weird thing was, she was with her husband, right, but he had shorts on, he was happy, right, but every time, like, because I walked past her, and he sort of ran off, because he's embarrassed. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing normal about it. What can he do? He can't go, alright mate, because he knows it's odd, right?
How old was he? Sorry, how old was she?
It's hard to tell when someone hasn't got clothes on. You know what I mean? They always look older, don't they, when they haven't got clothes on anyway, but I'd say she was about 40, 41.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, so I walked past, and the annoying thing is, she got there on a bike, right? No clothes on, little pair of boots next to the bike. So if you can wear boots, just pop some shorts on. You know what I mean? That takes more effort for me, putting boots on. But put the shorts on, right? So anyway, so the husband kept running off. I walked past, and I'm getting annoyed because I'm saying, well, we've got to walk past them again on the way back.
I like the fact they're scuttling away when Carl walks past. Like when you lift up a bit of, sort of iron sheeting in the woods and loads of mice run away. Yeah. It's like whenever Carl goes, that nudists run away.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So we sort of come walking back and what have you, and you know, I have another look and what have you, and he runs off again.
Why another look if it offends you so much?
Oh, you might as well just have a look, you know what I mean? It's just putting it on show and what have you. But the interesting thing was, I just wondered whether the husband...
Because if the husband were nude, you'd looked at his tackle, because remember when you went to see those two strippers and it was a woman and man, and they whipped their shorts off, you said you looked at his tackle first.
I think any bloke would.
Wow.
You would. You just check it out, it's natural, isn't it? You just go, oh, right. So it is normal or whatever. Because you don't know if you know what I mean? You don't know if what you've got's right until you see someone else's. No, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, so, but he got us talking, because I was, then, soon as I saw her, sort of, today's been ruined a bit, so I'm walking up the beach.
It's been ruined!
Walking up the beach with Suzanne going, how does it happen? Do you know what I mean? Why do people do this? What fun are they getting out of it, and what have you? And, I just was thinking, is there any chance that fella, right, didn't even know that she was a nudist until they went away? Do you know what I mean? Because I said to Suzanne, say if I met Suzanne, it's like we're getting on, yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then you go off on holiday and you go, you haven't got much luggage. And she's like, no, it's fine, this is plenty, and I'm thinking that's weird. And then we go down the beach and she whips her knickers off. I'd be annoyed, but there's nothing I could do. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm just wondering whether that's what happened to this fella. Every time someone came walking up, he was like, "Oh God, this is embarrassing," and he kept nipping off, finding something else to do.
Look at some shells.
So
I'm wondering, Rick, if at some point, maybe today or in future shows, we should get a nudist. You know, one of those official nudist spokespeople. You know, because all these nudist organisations, get them on the phone, justify themselves to Karl, because, you know, in his mind, they are, what would you say, weirdos, freaks?
I don't quite get it. I was reading something in one of the supplements last weekend, and some journalist went round to some, whatever you call it, some resort or whatever, for nudes and that. And it's
Were
just...
they playing volleyball?
Well, the only thing was, bowls.
Why is that annoying?
Well, don't play a sport where you got to bend over.
There are people that help disabled people have intercourse where they can't, you know, maybe get on to the woman herself, and there's someone that actually helps the man put in his penis to the woman's vagina. They leave the room. What?
I've never even heard of this.
It's true, absolutely true. They're helpers.
Yeah, no, I believe that is the case.
Yeah. And that's just as needed as anything that might cure their
It's not. That's pleasure.
Yeah. So what are you saying? Because you can't walk or move, that you can't love someone and want to share that love?
I'm just saying it's not a priority.
Well, no, but they're going to live. They're healthy apart from their disability. I've met someone. They want to, you know, consummate this love, and someone helps them out and goes, well, you know, that's part of my job.
No, it's not part of the job.
Well, it is part of this job because that's their job.
I have never heard anyone say, "Oh, I've had a right day today."
Why?
I've been playing with Arthur's tackle all day.
They don't play with Arthur's tackle. They pop Arthur's tackle in Hilda's vagina.
I don't think they do.
They do.
How can they enjoy that? I mean, maybe once, and they'd go, "That didn't work, did it? I didn't enjoy that, Hilda."
No.
How can they enjoy it with a nurse stood there having to do that?
No, they help her in. She helps Arthur in, or he, might be a male nurse, pops Arthur in, goes, "Okay, Arthur, I'll see you in a few minutes." Right, goes outside.
But what's the point, though, in that?
Why?
Because it's all about the mood and everything. He's just stuck onto a, like a stag beetle clinging onto a leaf. There's no enjoyment in that.
Oh, the well-known stag beetle copulating with a leaf syndrome.
No, but I'm just saying...
That's a well-known position in the Kama Sutra.
I'm just saying...
he knows it, you know, I think it's a lovely act, and someone's willing to... Wouldn't you help someone
Definitely
in?
Not.
No?
Definitely
not. No, so the guy goes, oh, this is my wife, we're both say, well, I can't, you know, can you just pop me in, Karl? You're the only, you know, you're the only person around.
No, I don't think it's important
But there
enough.
are people...
What do you mean you don't think it's important enough?
I'd be happy to go round, put the washing on for them, make the bed. Do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, I'd love one. There you go. Oh, just before you go, forget it. If they asked me to do that, I'd quit. And I don't think it happens, because people wouldn't take that on for a job. You never hear about it. On Comic Relief, when they're raising money, they don't go, "Thanks to Midland Bank for this £100, that's going to go towards Arthur getting his end away."
That's ridiculous. So you would rather them not have the pleasure of each other than just help them in?
No, because they'd work out some way that they could do something for each other. I want to play the guitar. My fingers aren't long enough. I've knocked it on the head. It's the same thing. If you can't do it, don't do it.
So are you telling me, right? Okay. Supposing there's a little fella who's got no arms, no legs, right?
Right.
Little Bob. Okay. There he is. All right, Karl. Right. He's got a friend, another little fella with no arms and no legs. All right, Karl. Right. They love each other. Two little fellas, two little dwarves with no arms and no legs. Okay, lovely little fellas. They get married. Okay. Look, Karl, you can't put my penis up my boyfriend's bottom, can you?
No, I can't. No.
Why not?
No, do you need anything else doing?
No, I'm fine. Yeah.
No, it's weird how you can manage everything else.
Well, no.
I'm here to help you. Everything else seems to be sorted.
Well, just in the chair.
Why do you need help in this department?
Well, because he's over there and I'm here, and if you just pop me in and just leave.
No, I'm not doing that. It's not good for you. You've lost your arms and legs. You'll be losing that soon if you carry on sticking it up there.
You may obviously be aware, Karl, that the first contraceptive diaphragms, centuries ago, were citrus rinds. Half an orange rind, for instance, would be used.
I mean, more selfish men turned them inside out.
I believe that's also still being used in parts of Manchester.
For what?
An orange. Just think of your head.
and it worked.
Well, we don't know at this juncture.
I mean, maybe. I don't
It
know.
worked as a contraception because women went, fuck off, what are you coming to me with a fucking orange on your cock for, you dirty cunt?
But it could. I mean, again, it's that thing in it of we look at it now and we laugh, but look at what's happening. People now are always trying to get us to eat more fruit.
I don't know.
Amazing.
That's a way of getting.
I thought for a minute he was going to say, okay, so they start with, then they went from the orange rind to, say, a coconut shell.
Yeah.
That was too big, that didn't work.
Run! Here
Yeah.
comes Coconut John!
No, don't put half a pineapple on your cock, that's insane.
Yeah, that's mental.
And then somewhere down the line, they finally got to contraception as we understand it. Is that? I thought that's where you're going, but no. Something about eating oranges is healthy for you.
What I'm saying is, if you go into any well-known supermarket and you look at, say, some young kid who's had a kid, and you look at stuff in their shopping basket, they're not buying fruit. They're buying, burgers and chips.
Turkey Twizzlers,
Yeah, crisps and all that. Now, but they love having it away. Get some fruit in. So they definitely have fruit in the house, which at the moment, a lot of kids don't have fruit in their house. That's why they're eating Turkey Twizzlers. But the mum loves having it away. So she would have loads of fruit in. So everyone's happy.
If
the
she
kids
was
are
using
eating
an
fruit.
orange for contraception, she would also be giving the kids.
Well, you wouldn't waste
so half
it.
the orange she'd give to the kids, and half the orange she'd stick up her fanny.
Yeah, a treat for everyone. Have a bit of fruit, and she's got what she wants. Whereas at the moment, what happens? A burger's not coming in helpful for anyone.
If you want me tonight, pop a sesame seed bone on your cock. Take out the fucking pickle. No one likes a fucking pickle up the fanny. Oh, he's a bloody romantic. He popped a plum roast sausage up my fanny yesterday. He loves me. Oh, fuck no.
But are you comfortable being nude and that?
We've done this. Well, I don't know what this is. We did this last week about, are you comfortable being nude?
No,
I think
I know, I was talking
you're
about
probably
that.
most comfortable being nude. It's just probably not in public.
Well, Ricky's only really comfortable nude when he's eating.
yeah. There's nothing to get,
Yeah, you can just wipe
spilt
yourself
on it.
down.
Yeah, you just sit in the bath. Yeah.
No, but I've talked about that, and then when I went home, I was talking to Suzanne about it, and she said, "What's all that about? You don't like being nude, right?" And I said, well, "It's not."
It's like I'm part of an Alan Bennett play. It's just, I love the way you talk.
Remember once, right? I don't know if I should talk about this really, but
Well, that means you should. So go on.
Go on.
oh yeah, right. We went to Tenerife, right, one year, and I was still living in Manchester.
I'm scared now.
Yeah,
that
I don't
why
know
you
what's
said that. I'm
going
actually
No,
scared.
I'm thinking about Suzanne, but she's
Well,
working.
I don't want to know anything about Suzanne,
Come
to be
on. No,
honest.
but
If
come on,
it's-
It
Go on.
involves me more.
Let's
Go
hear
on,
the story.
go
But
on.
I'm just explaining to you that I don't like being nude.
Yeah.
Go on.
So you're in Tenerife.
In Tenerife, right? Didn't have much money. Stayed in this apartment that wasn't that nice, right? Had cockroaches in it and stuff, right? Didn't have much money to go out at night. So we're in this sort of death trap of an apartment, right? Anyway, so when I was younger, right, I had a bit more energy. So
Sounds like
He's
he's
30.
80, I know.
so start having it away a bit.
It's a joy.
Beautiful.
It's
so
gone, yeah. I'm in here to wear. I love it. Go on.
Right, so, doing what I do, right?
yeah.
Someone starts banging on the door. So Suzanne
Everyone's
says,
at it. Right. So you mean knocking on the door? Right. Okay.
knocking on the door, right? So Suzanne said, you better get it. So I said, I can't get it now, can I? I'll have to wait a bit. Right. I can't go to the door.
Go on.
So the banging's getting louder.
Yeah.
Someone at the door.
Yeah.
And she's like, hurry up, it must be important. I'm like, in a minute. Just... So anyway,
I don't want to know anymore.
stick... Keep
going. No, come on, finish the story.
Open the door. It's a fireman. So I just stick my head round, and he's going, you'll have to get out. The building's on fire. Right? So I'm like, in a minute.
Sorry, you weren't still having sex at this point?
No, but,
Right.
still sort of got to wait a minute, or I can't get my pants on.
Oh, Carl, I wish I'm so sorry.
Right, go on.
To this
So now
So
the place is burning down.
So it could be a serious big fire going on.
Yeah.
I'm sort of waiting. You can hear people sort of screaming and that, panicking.
Is that because the door's open and you're nude?
The fireman's saying, will you get out, will you get out? I'm saying, in a minute.
Right.
And Suzanne was saying, think of something that's not sexy.
Sure.
So I was thinking of people, thinking maybe down in a fire might sort of calm you down.
Yeah.
Then the fireman said, we need a big pole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure, go on.
But what I'm saying is, that, to me, I wouldn't have wanted to go out and be safe over, do you know what I mean, over being naked. I don't like walking about without on. So what I'm saying is, even if that fire...
I love the idea of everyone huddled in there with all the firemen. It just, the camera's pans along and it's Carl.
Yeah, a
just
local news report.
naked. With still
But would
standing proud.
you have gone out, we're now on...
But why do I have to go out with now on? I just grab a pair of jeans.
Alright, but you've just,
What?
There's a fire, Carl!
Yeah, but
See, not everyone looks at men's packets. That's only you, remember. Most of the other firemen wouldn't be going, oh, look at him.
But what I'm interested in is
he's
how
pleased
long...
to see us.
Carl, how long did it take? And did the thought of dying in a fire help?
After a bit, but the fireman sort of had a go at me.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Well, he wasn't happy that I was dawdling.
Well, to be fair...
But what can you do?
Answers on a postcard. To the usual address, XFM, care of Leicester Square.
Well, let's just get these right.
Let's play a record, let's have Rockbusters and Monkey News.
We don't have time for
afterwards.
monkey news.
We'll squeeze them in.
Wow.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the
So I wanted to ask you something. But again, we've got to be careful here. You know when you wouldn't leave the building that was on fire because you were standing proud.
Hang on, we need this. Some people now don't know what you're talking about. Carl, you were on holiday.
Yeah.
On holiday in Tenerife, right?
Yeah.
You'd had a moment of intimacy with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A knock on the door. You had to stop and get up. You peeked around the door. It was a fireman saying, "Get out," but you didn't want to leave because you had a. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is you maintained that while looking at a Spanish man dressed as a fireman.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that the fact? You maintained. I'm sorry to say you maintained arousal whilst looking at a gentleman dressed as a fireman. No. Is that these are the facts? And they are undisputed. What did
But
you maintain?
I'm not a machine, though. Do you know what I mean? I can't turn it on, turn it off. Right?
But you were talking. I just thought talking to a fireman, you'd have probably lost it. I don't know, but you didn't.
No, but the other thing was, I mean, I was talking to Suzanne about it again, right?
Yeah.
She said, what are you talking about that for? Right? I said, oh, it just cropped up, right?
Yeah.
And the dilemma was, you see, I wanted to try and make sure that it was a proper fire because that was the last condom we had, right? So it would have ruined the night. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to it was like, well, what's going on? Is it? Do we need to get out?
Yeah.
Is it a proper fire?
Yeah. And you and talking to this man in uniform, was he? What did he look like? Was he good looking?
Did he look like Ricky Martin? Say.
Was he good looking? Was he good looking in his uniform?
I can't remember. Can't remember.
Did he have a moustache?
Better play a record, didn't we? Is this bringing it back?
What?
You look uncomfortable. What?
Did you just switch this on with your hands?
Remember, Carl was on the teetering on the cusp of telling us why he's annoyed at going all night. I assume you mean intercourse.
Relations.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What annoys you about that? What?
Sexual relations all night.
The concept, or people keep you up? Is it your next door neighbours or something?
No, just that thing of people who say, "Oh, was that it all night last night?"
Who says that to you?
Lads who think they're, think they're a bit of a lad and think that means it's good.
What, like Sting and his tantric sex?
Sting.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it goes for 8 hours, but only 3 minutes of that is going for it. The other sort of, 7 and a bit is sort of laying next to each other, isn't it?
Right.
And sometimes in a different room.
Yeah.
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 Is that why it's called Sting?
Hey?
Well, if you're at it all night, bet it.
It's gonna sting.
Yeah.
So what's your problem with this notion of going at it all night?
It's just that thing of, get it done right the first time. Do you know what I mean? Get it done.
Yeah, get in, get out like the SAS.
Once you've done it, you've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no fanning around.
No messing about. So, Yeah, it's just that, isn't it? It's like, you know, do it right the first time. Once you've washed up, right, you put the pots away, you don't dirty them again.
What a lovely analogy.
That's one of the great.
Is that what you
metaphors.
say to Suzanne? Come on, love. Once you've washed up,
I've already washed up.
you don't dirty the pots again. Go.
What a romantic
Ding dong.
song.
Hello, is there a fire? Oh, hello. Did he have a moustache, the fireman?
I've got a question here from Elaine Bolter in Chipping Norton. She wants to know, why does romance die once you're married? And is that why you're not married? No. I don't think romance is that important. I think it's one of them things that people do because they've seen it in a film. I think that's where romance comes from. I don't think it's in the real world. You know, you sort of... What film is it? Especially in the old-fashioned films, in the old black and white ones, you get, like, blokes putting the coats out in puddles so that women can walk through them without getting their feet wet. Never do that. Mental. Don't care how much you love someone, you shouldn't go wrecking your sort of coat just because she wants them... Why is she walking through puddles? Just go round them. Mental, that. The cost of dry cleaning and everything, there's no way that... I wouldn't want... You see, if a woman expected that, I'd go, right, it's over. I suppose that's the good thing, in a way, with relationships. It's finding out what they expect from you, isn't it? That's what works. It's not about how much you love them and that, it's how much you respect each other. And if I was going out with a woman who expected me to stick my coat in every puddle she comes past, forget it. It's not happening. Doesn't matter how much we could sort of connect through the brain or what hobbies we've got. If she's taking the piss saying, pop your coat down there so I can walk through a puddle, I go, right, it's over. But it happens that, doesn't it? I've seen it in films loads of times. Well, what are you doing? If you're going to keep doing that, buy some wellies. If you've got to piss about going through puddles all the time, you know, no, I'm not putting my coat down. So that's romance, really. So I hope that helps, Elaine.
Carl, Jonathan Ross came out of this last week, and we were talking about stuff, and Carl was mesmerised when Jonathan told a story that he was bored once in a hotel room and shaved his arse.
He shaved his arse?
Yeah.
Sure.
And Carl, you didn't stop questioning him, did you, about...
I just wondered, at what point do you sort of say, oh, this is getting on my nerves? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's way too long, tucking it in his socks or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not, I mean, it is boring in hotel rooms, because I told you before about when I was in Edinburgh and had nothing to do, there was nothing on the telly, and you've eaten the shortbread biscuits, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's when I read the phone book to see how many...
That's when you read the phone book?
Well, to see how many Macs were in Scotland, McAtee, Macintosh,
Yeah.
and it was like, 42 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I don't know if he'd already done that. Yeah. And, he said he shaved his arse.
Now, when we say shaved his arse... So
Not his cheeks, his...
Oh, all of it?
Yeah, all of it.
Did he say that?
Well, I think...
But other than the cheeks,
But then,
there's not much left.
But then we got to the fact that me and Jonathan, if we pooled our wealth, we could have shaved Carl's arse for £1,000.
Right.
And he said, yeah, for £1,000 you can shave my arse. Suzanne said, can I say this bit?
Your girlfriend said what, Carl?
She was annoyed. She said, well, I'm not allowed to go there. Why is anyone else? And of course the whole table stopped and leant in and said, what? She went, he doesn't like me touching him there. I went, what do you mean?
This is too much information.
It was too much information.
I like the fact that you've had this conversation with her. I like the idea that she touched your arse once and you went, whoa, hands off.
Yeah.
I love you, but keep your hands away from the arse.
Do you know why he said he's talking about the most intimate part of the arse, the middle arse he's talking about, and I said, why? He went, it's a bit gay, innit? I said, how can a girl touching it be a bit gay?
If it stood behind you, it could be anyone, couldn't it?
I mean, you can imagine the conversations we were having, right? And it's that thing that the waitress heard something every time she came over. She heard the word, like, cock or...
Jonathan Ross saying I shaved my arse.
yeah. And, oh dear. But it was, it was a good night, wasn't it? So, it's £1,000 now, isn't it? But presumably you give Suzanne half anyway, so everyone will be happy. You've used the arse to best effect. She's got
She's got half out of it, so she's made as much out of your arse as you have, in a sense. Me and Jonathan are happy.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's his arse on the line. So...
I know, but I mean, you know, it's not like she's getting a bum deal.
Well,
she's getting 500, you know,
yeah.
quid.
No, I understand that.
But, do you reckon?
Just thinking of some more.
Play a record!
Can I just ask, before you play a record, if we were to shave your arse, let's say we did it for charity or something, got sponsorship, how would we do it? Would we use one of those big kind of old-fashioned razors?
No, I'd use a Bic Safety. I'd just straight away.
And would you use a gel or a foam?
No, I first of all, yeah, I think I just, lather it up. Right,
so you lather up his arse first?
I do the outside bits, just go straight down, big broad strokes, clean, right? Then I'd have to go in the crevices, and I'd need an assistant, I'd pop it apart, and just very gently go in there. I might even use electronic equipment, just so there was no sort of, like, nicks.
Okay.
So
an electric razor?
Or, I might wax the internal middle arse.
Okay. How did Jonathan do it? Because he did it on his own, didn't he?
I just use mirrors. Why don't I'll ask him, we'll call him later. But, I don't know.
Well, perhaps you listening have once shaved your arse, maybe during an exam or something.
What I think, and this is conjecture, but I think he was probably there, he'd had a shower, he'd shaved his face, right, and thought, well, he was naked, looks down and goes, oh, what a hairy arse. Well, hold on, I've got the razor in this hand, I've got the mirror there, you know, I'm not on stage for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There's one thing I don't like going on stage with, is a hairy arse. Bang, swing, wallop, done. On stage, thanks, see you later. See you next week. Yeah? What are you thinking, Carl?
No, it's just how hairy was it? Do you know what I mean? How hairy was it? Because I mean, you're saying mirrors and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, how old is he now? He's
42.
And they say your testicles drop quite a bit once you start getting old, don't
Yeah.
they? So he's got to make sure they're out of the way.
Yeah, but I don't think, I mean, I can speak for myself, you know, as a similar age to Jonathan, that, I mean, you know, if there's millimetres in it, it's not like we tuck them in our socks in the morning. Okay. They're still in the same place. You really wouldn't know the difference. It wouldn't, if we filmed it in, you know, time-lapse camera, it wouldn't be like a bungee jump. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't be moving a lot.
Yeah.
Alright?
Do you think I told him he's a good-looking fella, Steve. Would you agree with that?
I told Jonathan that he said that he just went for it as well.
Yeah. So you've spent a lot of time picturing Jonathan's naked arse.
You'd let him give you money for arse touchery.
Yeah, whereas your girlfriend's got
no chance,
access to that.
and you're saying he's a good-looking man. Do you want to play a record and think about what you've done?
Interesting.
This Serbian man has invented a sex machine for women, and he can't find any Serbian women to try it out, so he's looking now for Western women. He's taken out a patent on the ultimate sex machine. It runs on a 390-volt electric engine, simulates sex, and has a 7.5-inch artificial penis. He said, my sex machine has an artificial penis that can make up to 180 moves in a minute. Now, I don't even know what that means. 180 moves? What? I mean, there's only really...
Well, in and out, I
in
imagine.
And out. It's largely the function, unless I've been doing it
what
wrong
he's
all
done.
these months.
What he's done is he's put a dildo on a Black & Decker.
A man can only manage the intensity of movement for about 5 seconds normally, but this machine can do it for as long as the woman wants. But anyway, so he's looking for a woman who will test this out. But what I love, as soon as I read this, I was thinking, just imagine him there going, oh, thanks for coming in, yeah, okay. So there's, what's going to happen is there's a penis that's going to pop out from here, and it's going to have sex with you. I'm going to stand behind the machine. I've got to stand behind here, there's a lot of dials and stuff I don't want to bore you with.
Well, why do you have to stand behind it?
I can't, it's technical stuff, but I got to be behind the machine.
But there's no penis on the robot at the moment, it's just a hole.
Don't worry, what'll happen is, I'll switch the machine on, I'll go behind, and then a penis will appear.
Will it be like a metal-looking penis?
It will be a robotic penis, but it will seem like it's a regular fleshy human penis.
So you're gonna so you're gonna go behind this robot,
go behind the machine,
disappear,
yep.
And then a fleshy-looking penis is
will appear
through the hole
when I switch the machine on.
Okay, and that'll be the real robotic penis.
But you won't see me for the duration of your sexual
So
encounter.
you've made this sort of like robotic penis look really realistic.
It's really realistic. You will not be able to tell the difference between, say, the robot one and mine, for instance.
Okay, well I don't want to see yours.
No, there's absolutely not.
Because I've not come around here to have sex with a person.
I know you've come around to test the machine.
Yeah,
that is exactly what you're going to get.
Okay,
a piece of mechanical action.
But what is the idea that on the front maybe he's painted a picture of a robot's face.
Yeah.
And then when the machine begins, you know, rather like in one of those horror houses, like a kind of mansion in a spooky film, the eyes of the painting, they'll move.
And the
real
real eyes-
eyes will appear, just staring out. But I don't think I can have sex with this machine unless you're actually in the room, just in case anything goes wrong.
No.
Don't worry, I'll be behind the machine, it'll be fine. It'll
Yeah.
be safe, not a problem.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, Paul the Party Animal Parker sent that in, and knowing him, there'll be plenty more coming like that in future weeks.
Carl, what do you think about that? The
Machines and that.
Yeah.
Well, they've always been sort of. I mean, to a lot of people, sex is important, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Not to you?
Well, it serves a purpose.
What purpose?
No, no.
Because you don't want to have kids, so what purpose?
Just you know,
Something to do in the
something
evenings
to do, innit?
when the telly's broke.
But for years, like they've found stuff, haven't they? Machines from like Roman times that similar to that setup.
No machines in Roman times.
Like that though, the old sort of knob on a stick machine thing.
The old Roman
love that.
stick. I'm sorry, but I watch Time
Aqueduct.
Team every week, and Tony Robinson has never done that. An old knob on a stick machine.
I just think of Julius Caesar sitting down and go, okay, aqueduct, we love that. Thanks for that. Straight roads, good idea. We can see the enemy coming. What have we got there?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
Ploncticus. What have we got there?
Asked.
Wanklicus.
What I've got here is a Yodi knob, and I've put that on the end of a stick.
Oh, stickus phallus. Okay, well done, Wanklicus.
No.
Well done. You are my new right-hand man, as they say.
No,
Not a problem.
Excellent.
But they do stuff like that. You've been in the London Museum and that, and they've got sort of sex stuff from years ago. They've got like these metal pants that they used to wear.
I don't know what that is.
Metal pants.
Yeah, sort of
Is
metal.
that a chastity belt? You mean? They used to make women wear them so that they can.
When-
have
when-
sex
when-
with
No,
men
but
who
they
are-
had them for blokes as well, though.
metal pants for blokes.
Yeah,
Why?
just-
So he had little lots. So if he was away, he couldn't play away from home, and if he was away, she popped on a little.
No, I just think they sort of like sexy metal pants.
What? Oh, I don't know what you mean.
What
The
are you
sexy
talking
metal
about?
pants.
Well, they'll have to look because I haven't got it in front of me. It's just something I remember seeing, some sort of sexy metal pants that they used to wear.
But what are you saying? Sexy metal
Carl,
pants?
they
that
always
was
have
not
to
British Museum. That was Soho.
No, what I mean
That was
is
Old Compton Street. You were looking
they
in the
always
shop
had to
window.
be ready for like battle and that, but these were a little bit sexy but protective at the same time.
I love that.
Right, I'll have to look into
I love
it.
the
I'll
idea
have
that that's all you remember from the British Museum.
So Lancelot, are you ready to face the Black Knight? Yeah. What do you think of these? Huh? What do you think of these? Well, I don't really care. Just
I just want to look good on the battlefield.
Well, they're both protective.
Will there
and-
be women watching, cheering us on?
Well, you're not going to fight like that, are you? What about your
I'm
chest?
going to wear nothing except these sexy metal pants.
But what about your chest is exposed?
no,
Nothing-
well, it's a good chest. I've been working out.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is, you want metal
I've
all
actually
over.
been lifting up the round table every week. I just work out, do that about 4 times a day.
But that machine, right? Why did it have to be a woman, or could they have got a little gay fella in?
I
Let
don't
me
know.
just check. It doesn't actually specify the small print here.
I love that. Why do you want to see a little gay fella be?
I don't want to see it. I'm just saying they're sort of more.
Why do, Carl? Why do you want?
don't wanna see
why
it.
do you want to
Don't wanna
watch a
see it.
gay man get buggered by a robot?
I wasn't the one typing in gay machines on the internet, finding stuff out about them.
It's not a
Steve
gay
was.
machine. You just made it into a gay machine.
Yeah, he wanted to pleasure women with this machine. You're saying, can I see a little gay fella get a robotic cock up his arse? You're the one requesting that, Karl
I don't want
Pilkington.
that, I'm just saying that.
You're the one that want to see gay men with metal stuff up their anus.
No, what I'm saying is they're more up for a bit more experimentation than.
What are you saying? Why is that the case?
Why? Why'd you say that?
No, just they just butt plugs and that. I mean, what I'm saying is.
What, you can't just say butt plugs and that.
I'm just saying that I reckon they'd be up for it.
What
That's
do you know
I'm
about
saying.
butt plugs?
I don't know anything about them. I just remember seeing an advert for some once in a sex shop.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, I wasn't. I was just walking past. I was walking past the sex shop and that, and
Your
you know,
eyes
you're sort of
glancing,
looking.
glistening.
Why were you walking past a sex shop?
Just because I was on the way to work and that, and I passed one, and there was a little sort of one. It was open early, which I never understood. Right, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. Right, and I
Who's
thought,
rushing out for butt plugs
rushing
that
out?
early in
Yeah,
the
who
morning,
needs them now? Right, but I
I
sort of
must
had
get a bagel and some poppers on the way to work.
But I walked past it and it had like a little post-it note or postcard type thing, and it was like pop in now, buy an item, chuck in some free butt plugs. And I didn't know what they for. I'd never heard of them before. But all I'm saying is I've since found out what they do with them.
What
and
do
if
they
they
do with
do that with them, then
Yeah.
give them a go on that. Elaine Phillips, she sent a question in saying, "Why no kids?" I just don't want. I just don't. I don't know. I don't want any kids. You shouldn't just do it for the sake of it, should you? Because that's not right, is it? People always sort of say, "Oh, you'll regret not having them when you're older." But what about the other way around? What about if you regret having them? We're not sort of all cut out to be parents, are we? It's just not for me. And the thing is, I don't think my genes are that good. You know what I mean? If I was a doctor or something, or I had a really good brain, I'd think, well, those genes need to live on. But mine aren't that good. I mean, I'm in a right state at the moment. Got a bad leg, got a bad foot, bad back. My eyes are bad. I've got to get glasses now. Bald. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a perfect model, really, for life to go on. I'm not that important. So I wouldn't want to wish this on anyone else. I think if I got an urge to have a kid, maybe I'd adopt. That's all right. I think that's the way around it. If I want a kid, there's loads of kids out there and that need looking after. I'd adopt one. That'd be that. And the good thing with that is, if he turns out to be a bit of a nutter, I can sort of say to people, "Oh, he's not mine." So in a way, I'm distancing myself from him anyway, which is quite good. So that's what I'd do. And he'd also have a name already, wouldn't he, when you adopt? Which is a big sort of pain in the arse thing you have to do, isn't it? The amount of people that have kids and they go, "No, we're thinking about the name." It goes on for ages, and then it's a big news when they reveal it and all that. At least with adopting a kid, it comes with it. It's done. Because they're getting sillier and sillier, aren't they? Kids' names, really struggling. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because maybe it is that thing on Skype and all that. If you join Skype and you put your own name in, it goes, "It's already taken." Maybe people are getting more and more ridiculous just so the kid can have a Skype name that isn't taken. So they're just coming up with odd fruit names and stuff like that. They sound like Japanese cars, some of these sort of names people come up with. So I think adoption is the way forward if I wanted a kid. But I don't, so I'm not worrying about it.
What's the one? What's Carl's view on?
Carl, what do you make of nudism?
Who's that from?
Let me just check who that's from.
Sort of there's a time and a place for it.
That's from. It's very difficult to tell.
That's
on
great. You
these
see,
things. There's a time and a place for it.
That is just brilliant. That is Dickie Bird. That's that sort of northern, confident soundbite. Wasn't it nudism? Time and a place for it.
There's a time and a place
Would you
for
do
it.
it, Steve?
Would I do nudism?
Yeah.
He's not allowed.
Not again.
No,
Yeah.
It's
not
not
in-
nice, is it, really?
No, it's not with Steve. He's not allowed on any National Trust land doing it because he's caused the death of millions of starlings.
That's
See,
true.
there was something on BBC Choice the other night. It's a really short show. I haven't seen it before.
Yeah.
Like an odd
It's
court
not.
thing.
It's not a bloke eating cuppa soup and then another short show like maybe someone cleaning their teeth with Colgate and then the really short show. What was it? Go on.
No, what it was about this old fella who he's into nudism, and he was saying he's done all right.
Does he
out
play
of it.
volleyball a lot?
He said he's done all right out of it because there's not many blokes who are willing to go nude for modelling and that, and he's
Yeah.
about 70, so it's not.
Is there much cry for that? Do you think? Is there much demand for a
He's doing
70-year-old
all right.
nude?
He's doing all right for it.
Sure. Good luck to him.
And the odd thing was, you see,
He had a corkscrew penis.
he was just like walking around on a main road in like a
In the bar.
seaside town, and
Right.
yeah, and cars would.
See, that's not nudism, is it? That's mental illness.
Yeah, he's just a bit dear. America's first nudist organisation apparently was founded in 1929 by 3 men. Now, what intrigued me when I read that is the fact that it's clearly 3 blokes just trying to meet some nude women.
They're all 52, balding,
Exactly.
with little sort of those gold-rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just wandering around, and it's all quite saggy down there, and they're just knocking on doors saying, "We're just set up an organisation. It's perfectly above board, completely
Yeah.
legitimate. It's a nudist organisation. You got any women in there that want to come and join us? Because we
Well,
haven't got
not
any
really.
female members at the moment. Got any women in there interested in, volleyball
No,
or
I can't-
trampoline?
I can't be doing with it, me.
You hate nudists, don't you?
Nudists. I don't understand what it's all about at the end of the day. And here's something, right? Do you know, like, when you're a bloke nudist,
Mm.
right? Do you ever get any who just have like a small knob?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
What's that? What's your point?
Well, you know, are there any blokes who are knocking about who just have a normal sized knob, or maybe a bit smaller than normal, who are happy wandering about showing off what they haven't got, if you know what I mean?
I don't think nudists are just doing it because they're so proud of their knob.
No, but there's got to be a little bit of that in it, isn't there?
Why?
Say like, you know, Jonathan Ross, right? He's nipped to see you now and again and what have you.
He's what?
He sort of nipped in to see you now and again. He's always happy getting his knob out because he's known to have this big knob, right?
What do you mean he's
showing
known?
it off.
Why is Jonathan Ross known to have this big knob?
No, he just talks about it a lot, doesn't he? He's always saying about, oh, you know, but you'd like this, wouldn't you? And all
But that's
that.
like me. I'm known for being a great lover. I say it a lot. It's clearly not the case. What
Yeah,
evidence
but-
have you got that he's got a big?
No,
knob?
but the difference is he's happy to keep getting it out. It's different, sort of me walking about going, oh, I've got a big one and all that, and then but no one ever sees it. But Jonathan sort of he's always getting it out, isn't he?
Have you seen him get it out before?
I saw. Well, he did get it out, but I wasn't looking.
What do you mean you weren't looking? How do you know it was out?
Just because he sort of was moving it about and that, and I could sort of
So
see.
you-
No, I wasn't looking though. It was that sort of thing where you can see something moving about, but you're like, I'm not looking at it.
What, like an owl seeing a mouse?
It
At,
just
like...
what I mean. It doesn't matter. All I'm saying is
So no, let's get back to this. You remembering vividly Jonathan Ross's penis?
no.
Yes.
I don't mean that. What I
But
mean,
why were you looking at his penis?
I wasn't looking though.
Well,
I'm
it was
just saying-
clearly not meant to be looked at.
I'm just saying, most blokes who, you know, nudists,
Hmm.
they must be pretty confident in themselves to, you know, getting it out. And I wasn't looking. It's just that, I mean, I looked once.
Okay, what was it like?
What? Sorry, you looked at Jonathan's once.
No,
or-
no,
Yeah.
I was looking at another one.
What?
At the same
what?
time?
No,
Why
no.
are you looking at loads
No.
of men's
What's
penises?
going on? Where are you
Because
hanging
What
out?
is this?
It's natural. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean? This
As
is
a bloke-
Carl takes a sneaky look at
No, no.
menscocks.com.
No, what I'm saying is, it's
Where
natural.
was this happening? You were in a gym.
No,
A lot of guys are getting changed, and you
No,
were just checking out their
you're at your bedroom window with a pair of binoculars,
No.
and there was a little fella across the road
I
getting
was
changed.
at some night out once.
Go
right?
on.
So you were at heaven, and you were in the
It was
toilet.
some night out, and some people come running on the stage, right? Some music started coming on, and these 4 people ran out. It was 2 women.
So
2
you're at a
blokes.
gay strip club.
It wasn't gay in that. It was just a normal night out. Well, you know, some sort of party night out.
Right.
These people come running on, right? You got 2 women. You got 2 blokes.
Right.
They whip their knickers off. The fellas whip their undies off.
At the same
Now-
time?
Yeah, all at the same time.
Was it like
that,
was it like a choreographed thing?
like what's it?
Chippendales.
No, what you know, like Cheryl Baker was in it. It was that thing where they sort of, you know, on Eurovision Song Contest.
Making your mind up
Yeah.
when Bucks Fizz
Bucks
ripped
Fizz.
off a larger skirt, conceding a smaller skirt. At no point did Bucks Fizz whip their knickers and pants
When
off.
you said Cheryl Baker was in it, I was thinking, what? Didn't she used to host Record Breakers? I don't remember that on
So-
there.
so
Tea
that-
Time on BBC One.
So
Go on.
that happened, and all I'm saying is, right, before I had a look at the woman's bits, right, I just had a little cheeky glance at the fellas.
Why? Why?
Just checking it out, just seeing is everything normal down
Why
there.
weren't your eyes drawn instantly to the ladies' bits?
No, don't believe me. I had a look at that. All I'm saying
But you went to the guys first.
but I didn't know how long pants were going to be left off for.
So you didn't want to miss your opportunity, is what you're saying? You saw a window of opportunity to see some men's bits, and you thought, I better take it.
No,
because this may never happen again.
No,
So what happened? So there's
had a
2
look.
women, 2 men, right? I don't know what sort of event this is where you're looking at anyone get their knickers and pants off. I don't know why you're looking at all.
Good night,
So you go right. There's knickers and pants off. Right. Let's check out the knob and testicles first.
you're telling me you've never, like, when you've been in a gym or anything, you've not just sort of turned your head, had a look, and gone, all right, yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Been in a... Sorry, let's just get this question right. Have we ever been in a gym and just taken a sneaky glance at a man's genitals? Is that your question to us?
Right, for me, it's the same as when you see someone who's a bit odd, 2 heads or whatever.
Well, I'll be honest. If I was in a gym and a bloke came in with 2 heads, I'd look.
What?
I'd get a sneaky glance in the mirror. I'd go.
Sorry, but you'd look at his genitals or his 2 heads?
It's 2 heads.
Or would you you look at the heads and then think, I wonder if he's got 2 cocks? And just...
I'd have to have a look there. If I'll tell you what, and now I admit it, if I'm ever in a gym and a naked man with 2 heads walks in, I probably will check out the genitals as well, just to make sure that he's got 2 of everything.
Can I tell you the thing that always freaks me out? I do sometimes go to the gym, and I live in North London, and the thing that always freaks me out is if there's an elderly man, often quite short. And I say this only so you can picture something in your mind's eye. You know, because I live in North London, there's quite a lot of old elderly Jewish gentlemen, wander around. And I'm always freaked out because there's at least two I'm aware of who've got very, very large penises. And I always find that really disturbing, because sometimes you can't help but notice, because it's like Godzilla coming through the changing room. Do you know what I mean? And it's swinging there, and it never seems right that he's an old guy, he's kind of a little overweight, quite short, and he's got a massive piece of action going on between his legs. And I always get, dare I say it, a little bit jealous. Because for a tall man, I feel I've been a little bit shortchanged.
Oh, wow.
So that, I do admit, that's the only instance where my eye has been naturally drawn to it.
Do you know what annoys me in gyms? Where people walk round happily naked all the time whistling. They get weighed naked, pop a towel on and take off 3 ounces.
How exact have those measurements got to be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Pop a towel on. I mean, unless you're going on the space shuttle, I reckon you could give or take a couple of stone. Yeah,
exactly, yeah. Absolutely right. Well, we've put that to bed.
Well, when was the last time you went to a live experience?
Well, I've been to gigs, but the one that springs to mind probably is when I first sort of tried a gig out, and it wasn't a music one. It was Bottom. Do you know, with
Bottom the live thing with
Rick Mail and
and
Egg.
that. Yeah, in
When
Manchester.
was that?
Years ago, because it was in Manchester in about, I don't know, 87, 88 or something, and I was set up for like a blind date. Right, this a mate of mine sort of set me up to see this.
What?
girl.
So you said let's go to Bottom?
Well, I didn't tell her. I just said meet us at the Apollo.
I bet she was over the moon, wasn't she?
Met her there. Said right. there you
Romantic?
Going to see some middle-aged men run round in pants. Brilliant.
go. Well, it's good. It's one of them things that afterwards you've got something to talk about, haven't you, and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And
was it a good gig?
Yeah, it was all right. Sort of bought some April fruits and that at the start of the night.
Yeah.
I think she liked that. And then we watched Bottom. Then afterwards had a bit of a chat. And then
You didn't see her again, I take it?
I would have done right, because she was all right looking and everything.
Yeah.
But when we were chatting, she said she had a problem with a marrow.
What?
And that.
She what?
She had a problem with a marrow.
She had a problem with her marrow?
Yeah.
You mean her bone marrow?
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you meant she had one stuck of her fanny.
No, just a...
Thanks for that, Rick. That's an image I can't get out of my head.
No, I wondered what... Oh, I see, a marrow. I thought you said a marrow. Her marrow.
And is that serious, that? Well, I just was put off it, because I thought... If you
Well, I think it's more serious than the problem with a marrow.
Yeah.
I mean...
with a marrow and that.
It's an idea if you're bored with butt
I
nuts.
love it! I love it! Everything he says is like someone from Kes.
It was just that thing that... Because,
You didn't want to go out with a girl who might be ill in some way.
well, yeah, I thought, what's the point in spending time with her, spending money on her and stuff, and then she's going to die on me?
Oh!
No, but seriously,
God!
no, but I'm just... See, this is what annoys me. You asked me to be honest, but I'm just saying, what's the point in me getting upset and stuff?
No, but it's not the... It was the one thing he said, what's the point in spending money on her if she's gonna die anyway? You've got to realise that's not a normal thing to say!
No, but what's the point in getting to really knowing someone and thinking, oh, she's really nice, I want to spend my life with her? It's good that she told me when she did.
Carl! What, during Bottom? This is the most amazing thing you've ever said!
Steve, don't you understand what I'm saying?
But no, because... What? Well, firstly, it's the assumption that she's going to drop dead and you're going to think,
I'm
well, I
not
just
a
bought her some
doctor, I'm
April
not a
fruits,
doctor,
I'm
am I?
livid.
I don't know what it means when you've got a problem with a marrow and that, but she looked pretty serious when she was talking about it. So I was like, oh...
Christ almighty!
I don't understand what's so bad about that.
This week, he's fiddled with The Graduate. This is the scene where, of course, he goes upstairs to the hotel room, and, it's on the cards. She's a dead cert, Mrs. Robinson.
Well,
Here you go then. So, are you ready for it? I've brought some condoms from home that Suzanne got for Christmas.
Benjamin,
What?
will you bring me a hanger?
A what?
A hanger.
Tell you what, I've got wood.
What?
Just saying, I've got wood. I've got metal ones as well. What sort do you want?
Either one would be fine.
All right. There you go.
Are you afraid of me?
No. No, I've seen weirder things than you. Have I ever told you about the two lads I went to school with who had big heads? Webbed fingers as well. Not related, and weren't mates, but both had the same thing, which is a bit weird. Yeah, I've never found out what was wrong with them.
Can I ask you a personal question?
As long as it's not about my head being round, because Ricky's always going on about that. He's saying I've got a round head.
Well, you can admit that, can't you?
No, it's. I'd say it's a normal sort of shape. It's just round.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but what do you mean? So is yours. Heads should be round.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm not ashamed. It's just a normal shape.
Mm-hmm.
And you can talk. Look at your saggy arse. Anyway, get your knickers on.
There, Carl, what's your thoughts on poetry?
I've never really been a fan of it.
There's a surprise.
I think it's sort of it's all right for the person who's doing it. You know, you say that whistling is just for the whistler, but I think poetry's more like that, because sometimes you read it and you're thinking, what's he going on about? It's always a bit, I don't know, it's sold in a bad light. It's a bit sort of a bit gay, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, it depends what sort you're talking about, because maybe there's poetry out there that I haven't heard.
There's some poetry gayer than others.
Yeah.
War poetry can't be gay, can it? That was people.
I haven't heard. Go on.
People fighting in the trenches, and they can't be gay. They weren't gay. They were writing to their sweetheart. I don't know his name. He might have been a bloke. I don't know. But
so was it a sort of a, what sort of poem was it? Was it a sort of a limerick, sort of a?
No, it was. Well, there's famous ones, Wilfred Owen and Siegfried Sassoon, and they're very moving. They're about, what usually happens is that they talk about, why are we here? This is, we've been sold a lie here, and they really started seeing war in a different light from their point of view in the trenches. Famously, some of them died soon after the,
But I prefer
written the poem.
a proper letter. No sort of crypticness. That's the problem with
Right.
poems.
Okay,
You
so
read
you'd
it and-
have been disappointed to get Dulce et Decorum Est through the post, would you? You'd have just said, what are you trying to say, mate? What's the weather like? When you're coming home? Did you get my socks?
Well, yeah, sometimes life is a bit like that, and it's like, say what you mean.
Right. Well, then you have just wiped all art off the face of the earth if you literally just say what you mean.
No, I'm just saying in a letter. Say if I was a woman and my fella was fighting in a war.
Right. What's your fella's name?
Harry.
Okay, so Harry, let me get this right. So when were you married?
About 1935.
1935. So you've been married about 4 years.
Yeah.
Harry, why don't you go off? Oh, you're a woman, aren't you? You don't. Okay. So what did you see in Harry? Why did you like Harry? Was he?
He just was like funny.
Butch?
He wasn't that butch, but that didn't matter back then, did it? In the war,
No. And
he took everyone.
But what did you say when Harry was said to you?
Well, I thought it was coming because a lot of our friends ended up having
Did
to
you just
go
hug him and say don't go or something?
No point, because that would have just made it tough for him. So what's the point? Just go with it.
But if he
I
had
cried
written-
after he went.
You cried after he went.
That's what you do, innit? You wouldn't do it in front of him. He's got to go to battle.
Okay, so your man goes off to battle.
Right. Then I get a letter from the Colonel saying, "Oh, bit of bad news. Harry's dead." Now I get a letter in the post.
He said what he meant, didn't he? In the
Well, yeah, and they would do, wouldn't they? They wouldn't fanny around saying, "Oh, he was on the warpath and the cloud went dark." I go, "What? Just tell me what happened. I don't want a weather forecast."
He got shot at the arse and the bullet came out his head.
Right. Now, the Colonel, he would just tell me the basics. Now, because he sent his by
Telegram.
telegram, they sent a telegram.
Hmm.
The letter I get from Harry has been stamped, so I get it late.
Oh, okay.
So I get a letter from Harry after he's died.
Right, and you know he's dead.
I know he's dead, so I get
Right.
this letter with his handwriting on. I'm devastated because I was just getting over his death.
Yeah.
It's all brought back to me when this letter drops through the post.
Well, yeah, 3
Right.
days and you're pretty much over it.
It's
Yeah.
his handwriting.
Yeah?
Oh, God, what's this?
What's
now
he
I
written?
open it,
Yeah.
and instead of saying, things are bad here, socks are damp, you know, everything's grim, it's cold, I'm sick of it, there's a poem. It wouldn't feel like it was from Harry.
Well,
Because it's not in his words. Poems are never in the person's words.
But didn't you know Harry was a poet when you married him and made love to him
No,
that
I only
night?
picked it up because other people were doing it. It's something to do in the trenches.
But when he carried you over the threshold, Carl, and he laid you down and gently kissed you, didn't he say any? Didn't he ever?
He must have whispered some sweet nothings into
No, it
your
wasn't
hysterical
like
red
that.
head.
It wasn't
No,
like that. Straight
no.
to the point. It was like, get your knickers off.
That's one of the weirdest fucking scenarios I've ever heard. I've never fucking. Why the fuck was the telegram coming before the letter? So specific. It wasn't like Harry. The fuck's Harry? You're suddenly in the kitchen, but you're a slug, and Suzanne's sort of like there, just making tea and that. How do you let her know it's you?
It's impossible. I'd just chuck myself into the salt pot or something. No, because what do you do? I'd hate that. That would be horrible, that.
Oh, God.
Have you ever read Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis?
Don't
In which
think
a
so.
man wakes up and he's turned into a giant beetle? And that's the whole story. I think it might be of interest to you.
So what happened to him with the beetle?
Well, I don't want to ruin it for you in case you
No,
read it.
I
but
won't
it's
be reading it, don't worry.
He joined a pop group with 3 other people. He was brilliant.
No, it's a really wonderful book. It's a kind of almost heartbreaking because, of course, he does, like Ricky's saying, he finds it very hard then to relate to other people, even though he still has the consciousness of a human. You know, his parents, his rest of his family, they don't know how to deal with him, you know, because he's a giant beetle. He becomes a freak, he becomes an outsider. It's terrible, you know.
But hang on, though. Is he a giant beetle? Or
Yeah.
is he... Well, yeah, that's not going to go down well, is it? That, of course, people aren't going to like you. But if it's a normal-sized one, then you just get in with the other beetles, don't you? Whereas if you're a
you'd be
giant...
sort of
How would you do that? How would you ingratiate yourself? Right, so you're suddenly a beetle, you're Karl Pilkington, right? There's other people, they're doing their business, they're scuttling around, and you go in there, and they look at you as a new beetle. What's your first, what do you do? How do you ingratiate yourself?
Well, for a bit, I wouldn't sort of barge into their house and that. I'd wait until they're out and about, and I'd like in life, right? Sort of help them out. I don't know what beetles do all day. I've never seen one doing anything. They just seem to be going from one place to another.
Right.
I've never seen them carrying anything. I don't know what they eat. I don't know what they do. I don't know how we've got them, right? But what I mean is, I'd watch them and I'd sort of help them out. And I mean, you know, it's like going on a date or meeting a woman, isn't it?
But what if there is
Whoa, hang on, what do you mean? How is it like going on a date with a woman?
Well, it's like I said about Suzanne with her hot chocolate. She bought me that, and I've gone, she's all right.
Right.
She gets me another one before I know it. She's living with me. So it's you.
So you're all these beetles, they're scrubbing around, right? You're sort of like watching them, and then you realise that you want to mate with this female beetle. What do you do? What's your first move?
Yeah, but I don't know what beetles do I? So I don't know how what you do. I don't know if you go up and go, all right. What do they do? How did they get on?
Well,
It's a different world. I don't know yet, do I? Because I haven't done it.
would you feel bad because having your own mind in this beetle, right? Would you feel bad shagging a beetle? Would you feel that was a bit sick because you've got a human mind?
Well, no, because you just close your eyes and that, wouldn't you? And go, pretend to think of something else. So, get round it that way. There's no point getting down about it because I'm stuck now as a beetle. So you've got to get on with it.
Carl, look at that. What is it? What is it?
An apple.
Right, okay. What am I doing to it?
You're messing with it.
Yeah, and what's happening to it?
It's gone up a bit.
Yeah! Would you kiss it for 100 quid?
No.
100 quid. Would you just like just kiss
No,
it?
I wouldn't.
Why? 100 quid?
What are we doing this for?
I think I read the same feature on Wogan, I'm not sure. Seriously, Carl, I'm intrigued to know, how much would you
Yeah,
have to be
just
paid
kiss
to
it.
kiss Ricky's nipple?
Not suck it or lick it or anything like that. Just, like that, just on the nipple.
£5,000.
£5,000 to kiss my nipple? Well, if you do it for 5, you do it for £1,000 cash to kiss my nipple.
I'm not doing it.
You're joking? £1,000 to kiss my nipple? Come on, it's the last show.
No, I'm not doing it.
2,000.
If you had the money there, and, like, if you had it there now, I might do it.
For what?
I'm not doing it.
500 quid?
No. Stop taking it down.
What's happening to...
2 grand.
2 grand? So you've gone down from 5 to 2 straight away. Look.
Steve, what's going on?
I seriously think I'd like to see you kiss his nipple
Well,
for
it's not
2,000
going to happen, is it? So...
If Steve wants it and I want it, that's 2 to 1.
It's not going to happen.
I thought it was a democracy, this show.
You're not educating Ricky or what?
Email in if you'd like to see, or rather hear, Carl kiss Ricky's nipple for £2,000.
Because it's not going to happen.
Come on, Carl.
Right.
It's not like he's Jono's nipple.
It's next. Okay.
Would you kiss this for,
right, okay, wrong, mate. No, what were you doing? What are you doing, educating Ricky?
Do you want to set that
Why
up?
were you looking, by the way? Why were you looking at that? You didn't have to look at that.
We're doing...
Go on.
Good luck.
Rick, does
Happy
it
ending to that one.
count if you were to rub your nipple against his lips while I held him down?
Right, come off it now. Come on. No, I'm not doing it.
Bruce Springsteen, Thunder Road, last track on Next FM's Ricky and Steve. You can check this all out on the webcam.
I've got fingers.
Get his arm out the way, get the arm out the way.
This happened on Scum. You have to have that, thing done where they say, what side do you wear your member?
What side you dress? They don't say what side you wear your member. That would hardly be a euphemism, would it? So they say what side you dress, sir. It means what side your little John Thomas leans, doesn't it, on rest, usually to the left, isn't it? Your little
But
left
do you know,
testicles.
if I said to you now, what side do you wear it on? Do you know?
It would be left. It would be the left. That's what I mean. If standing there, right, with nothing restricting it or holding it in or holding it up, right, it sort of leans, your one ball is sort of like slightly back and lower, isn't it? And your little John Thomas rests there, so it's left. And the reason they ask it is so they don't put the tape measure up on the left and squash your willy or touch your willy.
So it's nothing to do with, like, well, you'll need a bit more room, of sort of more material on that side, or...
Well, no, I don't think they compensate. It's just when they put when they stick that up into your groin, they don't want to come in contact with your little...
The thing is, I don't know what side I wear stuff on. I just sort of pull my pants up and wherever it wants to go that day.
But maybe it's not big enough to sort of make any, real decision.
But, like now, I'm sat here, right, with my jeans on. I don't know where I am.
Well, that's clear from hearing you talk.
No, but what I mean is, if a fella said to me, what side are you, what side's your member on?
Member? What is this the use of the word member suddenly?
I'd go...
Well, it's usually not appropriate, and also, I imagine in the old days they have big baggy pants that used to sort of like hang down, and now, like with those stretchy boxers and briefs, it's sort of held up in a nice neat little parcel, isn't it? So it's probably not appropriate. It doesn't come in contact with your little snake. So, Did you ever, have you ever heard that? Are you telling me a tailor has asked you that and you went, what do you mean, mate?
No, I've never, I've not really had one made to measure. I had one made when I was a kid, but since then I've sort of bought a suit off the hook. But when you were saying about buying a suit, I know that question sort of crops up and I don't know what the answer is. It just annoys me the way I don't know, there's no surprises anymore. Do you know what I mean? People know.
What do you mean? He's gonna go, right, I'm gonna measure you now. Which side shall I measure? Go, well, pot luck, go on, have a look. Right, there you go, oh, you got it.
What do you mean there's no surprises anymore? What are you talking about?
Everything you say is a surprise. Everything you say. Every opinion you have is a surprise to me.
What I mean is, why aren't people just happy just to go, well, depends, isn't it? I'll just pull the pants up wherever it wants to go, I'm happy.
What do you mean? Why is this such a big issue?
But Carl, when they ask you this question, they're not making a note of it somewhere. It's not statistical research to find out what the kind of common leaning is. It's a question so he doesn't touch it when he's using his tape measure.
Just be careful.
But he is being careful by asking the question.
But what's wrong with him touching it anyway? If he's, I mean, it's only like a slight...
Fair enough.
But if he just sort of, knocks it a little bit, you can just gotta go...
Do that again?
To me, it's the same as the prostate thing. It's just happening all over again.
But the doctor doesn't go, oh, what side's your arse on, sir? trying to avoid the arse. He wants to go. He knows where your arse is, and he's aiming for it, and he wants to get it up there. He's aiming for it for a good cause. This little fella's going, well, I've got to measure his leg. I don't want to touch the knob. I'll just ask him, sir, do you mind telling me where your cock is so I can avoid it? It's a big difference.
But like I'm saying to you, I'd have to have a look first to let him know. I don't know where it is now. I don't know. It could be the left, could be the right.
Are you telling me you don't know where your knob is
Without
now?
looking.
What do you mean without looking? How could...
Well, you're saying it as if like...
Should we have a guess?
Well, have a look and tell us where it is.
What are you wearing? What sort of pants are you wearing?
I've got my jeans on.
But you got pants on underneath them?
Yeah.
What are they? Briefs? Or boxer shorts?
Boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts. Well, it's probably free, but the jeans are probably stricken it. I think it's probably either in the middle, dressed in, or just slightly to the left. Have a look, and we'll tell the listeners after the break where's Karl's knob. Well, big question. Where was Karl's knob?
That's what people have been hanging on for.
Yeah. Where was it?
Well, I can't believe people have been texting in.
Hey, what, guessing where it is?
People saying, is it in the middle? Is it in the left? It cost them 10p. Cost them 10p to find out. Just wait, I'm gonna give out the answer. You don't win anything, right? Like, strike it lucky. Right,
bottom or middle? Right.
It was to the left.
Oh! Yeah.
I went with the right. That's annoying.
See, I thought it would be to the left. If not, maybe if it was all scrunched up, sitting down in that right, it might just pop up to the middle. Just pop out. Like, you know.
Well, next week we'll be finding out where yours is.
Where's Ricky's bollocks?
If you're in pain, and I mean, like, I don't know if I told you, when I had kidney stones,
I think you mentioned it.
I was in agony.
Yeah.
And they said I was in A&E, lying on my back.
Mm.
And the woman at the A&E counter said to Suzanne, "Who's that over there?" And she said, "Oh, he's with me. He's in agony." So they said, "What's up with him?" I said, "Oh, it's his kidney stones again." Because this is when I went back at the night.
Mm.
I was like, I couldn't care that people were staring at me. I was rolling about on the floor like a dying fly on my back. I just didn't care about what was going on around me. But I was told that because it's busy, that they might have to send someone out to shove like something up my arse that would get to the pain quicker.
Well, what do you mean send them out? Well, they send while you're lying on the floor in A&E, they're going to stick something up your arse.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean a pill? I thought you meant to get to your kidney quicker than up your knob.
No, a pill. They put it up there, and apparently it'll kick in quicker.
Yeah.
The tablet works quicker.
Yeah.
Up your arse than it does down your throat.
Yeah, because it's a mucous membrane and it's...
Well, I was up for it. I just was like, whatever it takes. Now, saying that to me now...
But hold on though, what if the doctor said, okay, I could give you this morphine, take it, it will take a few minutes to kick in, or I could rub some on my penis, I pop an orange on the end of my penis, I rub that in morphine, and I pop that out of your rectum, Mr. Pilkington. Are you in agony or not? Are you in agony? Okay, look, I'm just smearing...
I'd say I'll get a second opinion.
Well, no, you haven't got time. There it is. Do you want this up your arse? It's covered in morphine. He's in his private life, he's a promiscuous gay man, but in his professional life, he is a doctor with a morphine smeared penis, and he's ready for action. So, if you're,
he's willing to do that in the middle of A&E.
Yeah. So
he takes no pleasure from that.
It's the only way. So, are you in pain? Do you want this done or not? Yes or no?
He comes out into A&E reception. His trousers are around his ankles. He has an erect penis. He says, "Karl, do you want me to stick this up your arse?" And your answer is
yes or no.
You're in terrible agony.
He's wearing a condom. He smeared the condom in. I mean, it's not unprotected morphine penile surgery.
Administration.
And what? In and out, done.
Just in and out. Yeah, it just administered your arse takes on the morphine from the Dr. Penis. And it's the only way, really.
In and out.
Yeah, in and out. Up once, okay, and out.
And it'll definitely work.
You will. The pain will go away.
No side
It'll
effects.
be pleasurable.
No side
if
effects.
anything.
No side effects. No.
I'd probably call Auntie Nora and ask if she's had it yet.
Karl was whittering on about the Germans earlier. He was saying something about the accent. It's
Yeah.
fine with blokes, but not with women. You won't want to go out with a German woman because the accent.
I just think it's a bit manly, innit?
Sure.
Is it?
Yeah, it sounds a bit hard. I can't imagine having a nice sort of romantic chat with someone.
Well, it's not a romantic language, no. It's quite harsh, yeah, but that's our...
No, but what I mean is, right, I can't speak any other languages apart from this one.
Well...
Right.
You're struggling with this one.
Yeah.
And what I mean is...
Whereas you really do speak the language of love, alright?
if
There's some condoms, where's me tea?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if a French woman was talking to me, I'd say, I don't know what you're talking about, love, but it sounds good. Whereas a German woman,
Yeah.
I'd go, oof. And she might be saying really nice stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But then we got talking because, do you know, like, me brother
Sort of a
was-
prejudice, really, isn't it?
In a sense.
What do you mean?
In a sense, it's racist, but anyway, on you go.
Yeah, go on.
It's not really, is it?
No.
But, yeah, my brother was in the army, we've talked about it, haven't we? And
Yeah.
how he got kicked out for going for a packet of fags in a tank and that.
Yeah.
Right? But he was, when he was in the army, he was based in Germany for a bit. And, he used to be one for sort of, you know, picking up the ladies and that. He always had, you know, new girlfriends and stuff.
He's a
Used to get-
Pilkington.
Used to get through loads of them.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I wasn't that bad. But
Well,
my
no,
brother-
because you had things like trouble with your marrow and that. No, you might die, I'm not interested.
Yeah, but no matter what he did, do you know what I mean? When he was a bus driver, he was one of them who always had a woman stood at the front with him and sort of, you know, having a chat and stuff.
Sure.
And he sort of got kicked out of that and stuff. But
When he was bus driver, did he own the bus or did he just take it to get a packet of fags?
so he
He's in Germany.
is in Germany, and the army people say to him, "Now we know what you like, Pilkington, right?
Das Pilker.
Don't be meeting up with any German women.
Fraulines. Leave the Fraulines alone.
Not allowed to go out with German women because apparently they get you and then they beat you up and that."
What, the German women?
Why?
Go on.
Don't know. They just said don't because they don't like English army people and that.
Why?
'Cause
See,
I don't know.
the English is your first language, isn't it?
Are you speaking German now? Or?
I can't tell. They don't get out with the Germans, go beat you up and that, don't like English army man.
What
See,
What worries me, Rick, is we've got the face, the body language and things to try and interpret this gobbledygook. The listeners, they just got the
It
words.
must be, I know, yeah. It must be just ridiculous for a listener. Right, just do the competition. What was that anecdote about?
I was
Don't
just
go
telling
out with German women, they'll beat you up.
I'm just saying, when if you're in the army, if you're about to join the army and you think it'll be great, I'm going to meet loads of women over in Germany, it's not going to happen.
Wise words there, wise words.
So this station in public service.
Excellent. Okay.
So thought of this idea sort of on the spot.
Good.
That I whiz by 'em. No, but sometimes that's how good ideas come up, don't
Yeah.
they? Just
So
random.
a lot of yours have come up, yeah.
No, but if you just
Randomly.
talk, I find that your mouth comes out with stuff.
Right, there's another
Right,
quote.
right.
There's another quote.
If you talk, your
that-
mouth comes out with...
That to me stands along with what were those things in Gremlins called? Does your brain rule you or do you rule your brain?
No, but what I mean, if you sit there and try and use your brain to do it,
Right.
it doesn't work the same. Just keep talking. Just keep your mouth talking, and eventually it will come out with something pretty good.
That is exactly what Plato said.
So
So
anyway,
Aristotle, he said, sit down, I've got an idea for you. Aristotle said, Plato, how do I go? Right, just keep talking and eventually your brain will come out with stuff.
So what I thought, I just started off by saying like actors' names and that who I thought should be in it, because then that's giving more. It's building.
Right,
So
so
it's
who did
starting
you
at the
say?
beginning.
Who did you say?
So I said, right, I'm seeing Clive Warren,
Who the fuck's Clive Warren?
Who's Clive Warren?
the one who was in Closer.
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen.
Right, all right.
Did they look at you like you're a fucking idiot?
Well,
So they all started trying to figure out, who's this Clive Warren we've not heard about? He must be amazing. He's
Clive Warren, get me Clive Warren on the phone.
Who's got
Get
Clive
me
Warren?
Clive Warren.
and I said Rebecca De Mornay, right?
Oh, where did that come
She
from?
hasn't been in a film for 15 years, has she?
Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay. I love this. They thought he was a genius. They thought he was an absolute. Like, we've never thought of putting Clive Warren with Rebecca De Mornay.
But hang on a minute, you could have any film star. This is your fantasy casting, and you choose a bloke that doesn't exist and a woman who hasn't been on TV or in a film for 10 years.
Oh God!
Why didn't you choose
Someone who existed?
J-Lo or someone who's a big star?
Oh God! Clive Warren! Oh God! Oh
So
God.
anyway, so they were going, yeah. And what happens is they're going out and together and that.
Yeah, Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay.
I said it's one of them where it starts off and the people, you're seeing into their lives from
Yeah.
like the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like a nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Radio's on. They're going about the day. They're having the breakfast. They're saying, "Oh, what we're doing tonight?" They're planning a big do that night and stuff. And you're thinking, "Oh, they've got a nice life." She's like, love you and all that, yeah. He walks out the house, gets hit by a bus.
Oh.
So Clive Warren's dead, right?
Yeah.
Now, what happens is, she's devastated, Rebecca.
I don't know if Clive Warren would take that part.
Because he ain't got much to do, has he?
No, I don't. If I know Clive Warren...
And I think you do.
I think I do. He's gonna say, no, hold on though. There's more, isn't there?
Have you jumped the gun there, Rick?
Go on, mate. What? Carry on. So he's hit by a bus, so he's dead.
So he's hit by a bus and that. The titles come up.
Oh,
it's got
yeah.
you, right? She's
Starring
devastated. She's
Warren.
fed up. She's devastated and that. Doctor says Clive's dead.
And that, who's playing the Doctor? Jack Nicholson House.
Sort of. What's that fella who was in Independence Day?
Will Smythe.
No, the old black fella.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him in.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
He says, "Your husband's dead."
Right.
She's like, "Oh God." What happens then is he says, "But listen, what we can do now, we can take the brain out."
Right.
Right.
And a fact that I'd read that day before the meeting. This isn't in the film now. This is me.
Right, but
Right.
luckily,
Okay.
I read a
fact.
thing about how the brain can run on half of it.
Yeah.
You've actually got a full brain.
Yeah.
You can
Some
run it
of
on
us
half. We can run it on half.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was in my mind still. So I thought I'll get that in.
Well, half your mind, yeah.
So I said, what happens is Morgan Freeman says, been working on this. You can run your life on half a brain.
Right.
She's sort of a bit like, what you tell me this for now? My husband's just died like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, but if we're going to do this, we've got to act quick. She's like, do what? He said, I'll tell you. He says, we can, whilst his brain's not fully dead, because it stays awake for a bit when you've been killed.
He's not dead then, fine.
No, but
Wait
he
till
is.
he comes alive. What do you mean?
He is, but they found out that
Right.
it stays awake a little bit.
No,
So-
No, he's gone.
No,
You're
no.
hit by a bus.
Yeah, no, he's
You're
dead. If the brain's dead, you are dead.
Clive Warren's dead.
And if the brain's not dead, you're not dead.
No, but it's like people in a coma. They're dead, aren't they? But
No,
the brain
no,
isn't
No,
dead.
they're not in a coma.
No, they're
in
not
a
dead.
coma.
No, they come out of comas, don't
All
they?
right, then he's in a coma. He's been hit by the bus, but the chances are he's not going to come out of that coma, but his brain is still awake.
Right, okay.
So change that. That's easily done.
Hold on though. I like this fact that he's in a coma, so they're going, look, he's definitely going to die in this coma. Take the brain out now. Pop the brain out.
But why is that such a weird thing when that's what they do now? That's what they do now.
What is?
That's what they do.
What?
They do that.
What? A brain transplant?
No, but when, like, how I've signed that donor card.
Yeah.
Like, if anything happens to me.
No.
they've
There's
got the
no
lot.
such thing as a brain donor. Oh, we've explained to you before.
Yeah, but they're working on it. They've said something about Einstein. They messed about with his brain for ages, trying to work out if it was full of stuff. That's what they're doing. They're working on that. There's loads of things that doctors are doing that we don't know about. I've seen some weird stuff on the internet.
Yeah, I know you have. Yeah.
I saw a programme on Channel 5 where a monkey brain was still alive and it was stuck on a stick. And they
You were
poked
watching
it.
the Magic Roundabout.
They poked it and it reacted.
Right.
So it's still alive. It's being kept alive, and it's only a matter of time. What's the brain linked up to? As long as you can link it up to the eyes, and somehow so it can tell the arms and legs what to do, you're laughing.
I love that. Imagine a team full of doctors going, well, we're going to try and do a brain sort of Carl. Right. Okay, I'm gonna be quick because I've got to get back. My cousin's fixing my boiler. As long as you can link this up to the eyes and tell the arms and legs what to do, we're laughing. Cheers, Carl. See you later.
Then what happens is they say, do you want half of his brain in your head?
Half of his brain in her head.
She says, definitely not. I'm having you struck off. She starts screaming. She calls the police. He gets
Yeah,
arrested.
but you'd have said that years ago when people can have, like, someone else's arm put on their body and stuff.
Yeah, but he's only in a coma.
Yeah.
No, but he's not going to come out of that coma.
Right.
So it's like this or nothing. It's
Right.
like, look, you know, what we're going to do here? We can either turn the switch off,
Yeah.
or we can put his head in your head.
But why would you...
So
why,
what he does? So what they do then? They're going to take half his brain.
Half of his brain, take
Put
out half of hers, pop it in place
Why would she do that?
because she loves him.
But hold on. Well, no. Wait. What would she then be?
Because this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Sorry.
What happens is he explains all this. So I mean, this would probably cover about 20 minutes in the film, but I'm just rushing it.
I just
rushing
switched
it up
off,
now.
but yeah.
No, you wouldn't. This bit would have you. So what?
Well, I'd have actually left when I wouldn't have even gone in to see a film starring Clive Warren and Rebecca De Mornay, unless it was 1985.
So the thing is, she's the same as you. She says the same thing. She goes, "Why would I do that, doctor?" And he goes, "Well, what will happen is he's gone, but you'll have his thoughts. So in the morning when you say, 'Oh, I don't know what to have,' well, I have cornflakes. His bit of the brain will sort of say,
Have a Weetabix.
Have shredded wheat or whatever." And she's like, "Oh yeah, good idea."
Sorry. So the point of this film is that the dead man can remind her what breakfast cereal she likes.
Yeah. So the thought.
What do you mean? Yes. So that's it, is it?
No. That's not the only thing.
Wait a minute. This is only Act 1.
That's just the first bit. Everything's going well. She has it done.
So who is she? Is she herself?
She's Rebecca Nimone.
Yeah.
But now
With
and again with him chipping in with a bit of voiceover. So the idea is it's all going well at the beginning. And
so she can't decide what dress to wear.
She's had half of her brain taken out and put in a bin.
Yeah.
Okay, and Clive Warren's half has been put in there. So now she's walking round. Okay,
so she's she's schizophrenic.
It's okay though, because the bit they put in of Clive Warren's brain is actually he remembers in a coma. So there's nothing happening anyway, don't worry about it. All she's got is half a brain.
No, like I say, the brain is alive, so it's all going well when she leaves hospital.
Yeah.
And she gets the first taste of it, and it's a bit weird to get hold of, because she's sort of, I think when she signs herself out, he's sort of fighting, writing his name and stuff, so there's a few sort of technical things that she has to get used to.
And does Clive's brain know that he's now inside her brain?
Does that matter?
Well, I would say it matters, because otherwise...
Yes, it does matter, Carl. What's he thinking? What's the point of this? Why has she gone along with this?
Because she really loves him.
But what's in it for him? What does she think?
Well, say if I died, and Suzanne said, "Go on, I'll have half of Carl's," right? She would wake up in the morning to a thought of me sort of going, "Oh, you never guess what I've just thought about," or whatever. I'd still be there.
But she wouldn't ever do that.
Isn't it? The rest of the rest of your body is sort of waste, isn't it?
But Carl, the rest of your body's sort of waste.
No, it is kind of. When someone dies, it's not that person anymore, is it? They're still there physically.
Yeah.
But you can't have a chat with them. So if you could have someone's brain in your head when they're dead, you'd have it, wouldn't you?
What are you talking about? Why would I have someone's brain in my head when they're dead?
Well,
I've got a perfectly good brain.
Yeah. So, but like I said, you're running on half. So
who's running on half?
So you're telling me you wouldn't have it done then?
Of course I fucking wouldn't.
I can also categorically state I wouldn't either.
Yeah, but you're saying that now, but once you're in that position that someone who, you love and that dies, if the doctor said, "Do you want it?"
No! I'd go, no! It's madness!
I don't think you
It's madness!
Alright. Let me just ask this as a question, even if we accept this as a possibility. If Clive Warren doesn't know that he's in Rebecca's brain, their love and the conversations they used to have and what would the connection between them is going to be absent, because she's going to be talking to him and he's just going to be going, I don't know, shredded wheat.
It's all thought. She doesn't have to talk.
So they're not talking to one another?
Well, they are, but not out loud. She's not walking down the corridor going, "What do you think, Clive?"
Right.
And he's saying shredded wheat. It's happening.
Right. But how is this dramatically shown on screen? Do we hear those voices?
Now that they've got...
You hear the voices.
You hear the voices?
You hear the voices.
So tell me a typical bit of dialogue.
Well, we've done the breakfast scene.
Yeah, that was dynamite.
Yeah.
That's fucking Oscar winning.
Yeah, can we do lunch?
There may be, like, at the funeral, because even though the brain's still alive, they still have the funeral, and you can have, like, a funny bit where they stood around the grave, and, like, there's some relation there who he doesn't like, and she can start laughing, and the family are looking at her going, "Why is she laughing?"
Yeah.
And she's sort of laughing, and he's saying something a bit rude, going, "Look at her head." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Looks like
stuff
a
on the
orange.
family.
Yeah.
Little cameo for you.
Yeah.
And so you have all that, and people are sort of liking the film, thinking, "Oh, it's quite funny, this."
Yeah.
And then you hit them hard.
The 8 people that have gone to see it.
Yeah. Rebecca Nimone and her family.
Yeah.
Clive Warren's 3 mates.
All right, Clive.
I didn't know you were a film star. No, I was in a garage yesterday.
Yeah, I was fixing boilers.
Anyway, this is where you get them.
It's the most ludicrous idea for film I've ever heard.
Sexuality. What do you think of gay and lesbian issues?
Each to their own.
Absolutely.
I mean, I had one working for me. Right?
One. You had one, yeah? Good.
Gay fella. Yeah.
Do you have a name or...?
Yeah. But again, it's like how Doctor said Elephant Man's in. I'd sort of say, "Is gay fella in?" They go, "Yeah." Do you know what I mean? It's just quicker. Problem with him was, right, he's gay stuff that he got to, whatever, each to their own and that.
Like what? What sort of gay stuff did they get to?
What they do. They do stuff, don't they? But this lad, he used to always come in late because he'd stay out late. And that's what they all do. They're always tired. That's what they do. So,
Okay.
gays, the gays are alright.
Gays are alright, are they? Good.